Welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This Dungeons & Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and most likely a mimic or two. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's buckle up and open a back window, because it's time to start the adventure. But it is good to know that Seth Rogen is indeed from Canada. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you shall ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin, and these are players. Say hello, players.
Hello, players.
As the door opens, out steps Glyph Kazidi.
And who are you in real life?
I'm Will, playing at Glyph Kazidi.
Thank you.
The lizard folk artificer.
As the door closes in his face.
Your jacket's stuck in it.
I'm Michelle Piper. I play Kenneth Quinn.
Did you say Hugh Jackman stuck in it?
I'm Liz, and I play Ohiana the Tiefling Bard.
I'll explain that. Hold on.
No, don't explain. Let the user picture it in their mind's eye what that was.
Putting down the bus window a little too far, because we all know they hate it when you put it down too far. TBD jumps out the window and is ready to play.
Attaboy to BD.
Oh, I'm Matt. I had it in my head, and
Are
you guys
Matt?
started laughing too early. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Drew. And I'm just glad to be here, and I'm glad you're here. And I want you to know that you are loved, just as you are. I'll be playing Zeph, the Dragonborn... Nope. Damn it! Oh, God! Crap! Draconian Warlock. That's it.
Thank you.
God, that was good!
That was
On or
so
off the
good.
bus?
Thank you,
he
Drew.
screams it into the void from...
AKA
Under
he's
the
yelling
bus.
into the tailpipe of the bus.
That sounds about right.
And I'm Fake Preston. I'm playing
Lucian
Lucius
Payne.
Payne. Luscious Pain,
Lucius Cocaine, because it's that episode.
the Asimar Warlock, who's a really happy boy.
Yep. Preston is happy to be here when he does get here off of work, so we'll hopefully have him at the tail end of this podcast. Before we get into tonight's podcast, I do want to give a quick shout out to an Instagram user who messaged us and thanked us for the show. Let me see if I can find them real quick, because I want to actually shout them out, because it's nice to shout out people that follow the show and actually give a crap about what we do. Berries and Carrots on Instagram followed the show and told me that they thought it was the greatest thing ever and were super happy to hear this show come out. So we actually have a follower now.
So, Carrie from Inglewood?
Yeah, Carrie Crowder from Inglewood. So,
Yep.
but I put their Instagram out there, so if people want to follow at some point.
We just dogs
so much cooler if you had not admitted that it was someone that you knew in real life.
I was
and
trying.
Cut it.
But no, I'm not going to cut it. This is...
Sorry, Carrie. My B.
No, don't tell her sorry. Tell her thank you for listening to this podcast.
Thank you for listening, Carrie.
Her
Thanks,
and
Carrie.
yeah, her and Kyler, who's Preston's friend.
Kyler?
Kyler, yeah, we talked about
Kyler. We haven't forgotten.
birthday.
So we've got two people who listen to this now. So thank you two for listening to this podcast, and I hope you guys are ready because we're about to go into episode 11 of the Godscar Chronicles.
What is it? Berries and what?
Berries and carrots.
I'm following you.
You went the wrong way down a one-way street, now you got to back all the way up. It's going to be a minute.
I'm fading it out. So the last time we were here, the party had regathered after running into a Terran reality with one Khedive Mudaza, Lord of the Seas, and after making a deal with him to stop these strange magic waters from affecting the town of the Copper Cove, they regathered and decided to continue to track down Henry Finlow, who is the perpetrator of the ship explosion on the docks where our party first met. The party discovered that most likely Henry Finlow has made tracks to Mecca City in order to avoid being captured or punished for his alleged crimes. After speaking with Gaelwyn Tolliver, their newly found rich noble person, Gaelwyn hooked them up with a ship ride to Mecca City with one Jembar Zahabi, son of the great house Zahabi. Jembar invited them onto the Emerald Treader, his three-masted warship, I guess, and began the 10-day journey? 15-day journey? 15-day journey? Yeah, it's like 2 weeks. 15-day journey to Mecca City, where they encountered some weather, some landmarks, and now, one evening, they encounter the attack of pirates. So, we are going to go ahead and get started with our combat, as we have already rolled initiative, and now the fight will begin.
Real quick point of clarity. This next part is going to be rated R for pirate violence.
If you don't have inspiration, you get it now.
Hey,
so.
do you know why they call them pirates, actually?
Why's that?
Because they are.
Or what?
A buccaneer.
No, that's not.
Minus inspiration.
It's not the joke. It's a good try, though. All right. So,
I'm good at improv, not jokes.
go ahead.
How is it that I've been coming to this house for 4 years and I can't remember which freaking lights do what?
They change it every week.
Yeah, how do you guys rewire your apartment every week?
None of them work. One of them is controlling it with their phone as you do them.
Yeah, it's all smart.
I'm a puppy?
Yeah. All right.
You're going to cut this part out, right?
Yeah.
No, instead of it being dead air, let's narrate what's happening.
Okay.
So Calvin has a. I'll take a picture of it. Actually,
Yeah.
we'll be throwing it on the gram soon.
Ooh, put it on the gram. Put it on the
We
gram.
will throw it on the.
Oh
social
wow!
media.
I like how the ship actually rocks back and forth like it's on the ocean.
Yeah.
We
great
couldn't
stuff.
buy the rights to it, but we were gonna play the song "Rock Me, Mama" like a wagon wheel.
Yeah.
The whole time during this airship battle.
So actually, we're just going to be doing it a cappella as we play.
Okay.
Everyone will be picking up when someone has to take off to.
Is that a new Chimera?
And when it's your turn in the initiative, you pick up in the chorus when the last person left off.
I use it mostly for like jewelry and stuff.
All right. So, with that,
There's
let's
other
go
better
ahead
Phone.
and begin our battle.
Hey Michelle.
If you have minifigures, go ahead and set them
so
up
it actually
now.
Lines up with the picture. Yeah, push forward, push. No, with your left hand, right hand back, left hand forward.
Right hand, left stomp.
There we go. Right hand, left stop.
Well, if we quit wiggling.
Can you wiggle it with the wiggle up there? And just there you go.
Hold
Now
on.
it's
Can,
straight.
can you wiggle it just a little bit?
Take a video of this.
So that's-
Wiggle.
Guys, if we stomped on the floor, I bet we could get it to wiggle.
Counter wiggle.
Watch. Whoa!
Oh man, we're definitely
You
getting
guys are-
seasick now.
That was a good puke noise.
I'm a sympathetic puker.
Calvin every Saturday night, am I right? Nothing's happening in here.
All right. So, let's go ahead and... Ohiana, will you go ahead and roll initiative for me for the time that you actually do wake up?
Okay.
You got this, Liz. Nat 20.
Okay.
That's 18.
18. Okay.
Wow,
18 total?
18 total.
All right, so we'll throw you in there. We'll get that all lined up. That way, when we do begin, you will actually be awake and ready to go. Go ahead and grab some little minifigures for those of you who don't have one.
Minifigures. Double-sided.
Yeah, I need a minifig for myself and also for
Preston?
Isn't the dragon somewhere in there?
Yeah, it's in my little
Dragon Ball boys?
chest up there.
All right.
rock.
I didn't make any comment. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Okay.
Just go ahead and just dig around the chest.
You have to search around here in your little chest. There it is.
What are you doing?
What?
Hang on.
Oh. Quit it.
Chocolate, anybody?
Really not so little.
Drew, chocolate?
Oh, no, thank you, though.
Little chocolate.
What is
What is
it?
this for?
Chocolate.
That's his
Chocolate?
little...
Oh, no, thank
you. This is mini-me.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's his hunculus.
We got the hunk.
My hunculus. Do you remember?
Gotta have that.
Well, little Will hated that.
Oh, he was so mad.
My hunculus servant.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
what does he look like this week? Mark Wahlberg in his 20s?
All right.
Marky Mark?
So, let's go ahead and begin by setting everybody up where they were when we started. So,
I truly don't want to play as Lucius. Because I've never played a
Some of us were still under.
yes.
Where's the
You gotta figure out who's who, and then I'll.
Where's the stairway from below?
For me.
Where are we pretending?
So you are
There's
still under,
Lucius.
and Lucius is still under. So you're not on this right now.
And
currently.
same.
This
You're
one's
still
Drew.
under. Drew, you are under.
I'm
currently.
under. Yeah, I've just pulled
So you're
him
still
fully
here?
under as well.
He's up here.
Yeah, I'm top deck with...
You're right there.
I'm like halfway out because I did that.
Yep, you're
Punch
out,
thing.
and I need to figure out what character you are. I'm gonna make you this
And
guy right
proud.
here. So we're gonna put you right there.
Okay.
There are currently two. There's one up here. And there's this one that came around here. And this one came around here. Alright.
And then the one below deck's in combat with me.
Correct. So we'll leave those out of sight, out of mind for now, so that we
Nothing.
know where they are. Then there was the sound of shots being fired from the other pirate ship over there. So, we'll go ahead and put our pirates over there. So, top of the round. TBD, you're up, man.
So wait, there's a guy right behind me then?
Yes. About 10 feet behind you, there's a guy who has come up and was attacking Glyph.
Alright, okay. I see that, and since I was partially out of whatever those things on the ships are called, I'm gonna get out completely.
Okay.
And move up towards that guy.
Okay.
And then do the only thing I can do right now, and try to unarmed strike.
All right, go ahead and roll for your attack.
17.
17 hits.
Cool. 5. 5
Points of damage. So you just run up and just hit him right in the sternum. You hear a popping sound. He's like, gasps for air, but quickly recovers. As he takes 5 points of damage.
And that is all I can do.
All right. End of your turn. Zeph, you are up. Glyph, you're on deck.
All right, so what we've seen so far, just to recap this combat with the guy, I recognized him as not a sailor, garroted him, pulled him partially into the stairwell, and then down a little further, and then now down all the way where his feet, no part of him is visible above the top. He stood up, he broke free, stood up, didn't attack me, but was attacked by one of my compatriots.
He did attack you. He tried to stab you.
Oh, did he?
With he had his dagger.
Okay. So, made an attack, was also hit by one of my compatriots as they came by.
Yep.
And I am now going to... I think he threatened me or something like that. And so I am now going to use my spell, Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
So what everyone from above deck, if they were watching, has seen so far was they saw this bright, like bluish green glow as my armor of Agathis runes flared, and that was created.
Yep.
And then I think that was it as far as spells go. And so now, if anyone's watching, they're just gonna see this orangish red glow just start to emanate from that passageway as all the glyphs inside of my mouth light up. And he says, "Let's see how you like this."
Okay.
And cast Dissonant Whispers.
Sure.
So, let's see. So wisdom saving throw of 15.
Wisdom saving throw. As a natural 17.
Oh, he beats it.
Yep.
So he's going to take
Half of 7.
3.
Yeah.
3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Way to blow that spell on something so.
Okay.
I feel like
Right.
Dissonant Whispers would be the voice of Gilbert Godfrey telling him something.
No. It's just a bowl of Rice
one more
Krispies.
d6. Hold on, sorry. Make it 5.
5 points. Okay.
So that was that, and I think that's all I got, right?
Okay.
That's all I get to do.
Yeah, that ends your turn as you cast the whispers and you watch as he shrugs them off in the adrenaline in his body, probably pushing out most of the fear, but definitely takes an effect on him. Ending.
Well, that was shit. TBD! Give him hell!
Okay.
I wish I could.
Glyph, you are on deck. Or you're up.
All right. Okay. So I'm top
But you
deck.
are on deck.
Yes, I'm literally on the top deck. Looking around, there's still the 2 coming at me. Are they with me now?
So there are 2 right here. One attacked you, one used his movement to get up to you.
Okay.
So he hasn't made an attack on you, but the other one is next to you right now. And as he hit you once and then went to hit you again, got punched in the sternum by a small boy. And is trying to figure out, like, which one do I hit now? But before he can react, it is your turn.
Yep. Okay. Okay, because this won't impose a disadvantage on anything, I'm going to look at the one right in front of me and collect my hands, and I'm going to cash... not collect my hands, sorry. I'm going to reach into my pouch real quick. I'm just going to tell him, hold on, one moment, my turn. Pull out my acidic round and just... And see if I can get... So that's a bad guy as well, yes?
That is, yes.
So this one and that one?
These 2 and that one, yes.
Okay, I'm going to risk an opportunity attack from one. Because I'm going to come about like this.
Okay.
So
He's
I can...
definitely going to take his attack of opportunity.
That's fine, he can do that if you'd like to.
That is a 16 to hit.
Wait, you
That
stayed
doesn't
within his
hit.
melee, didn't you?
No, I didn't stay within that guy's melee. I stayed within- yeah. Nope, that ain't going to hit. So I'm going to fire Tasha's Caustic Brew in a line, and I'm going to hit both of them. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. 14.
These 2?
That one and that one. So I'm basically this way, firing that
Yep.
way.
First one rolls a natural 18. Second one rolls 11 plus 1. 12.
Right on. So that the second one takes 5. Well, actually, no, they don't take any damage yet. So the one that failed is covered in acid until he either uses his action to get rid of it, and if he does not, then he takes 2d4 damage at the top of his turn. So remember that for his turn. And then bonus action, I'm going to have Pothole kind of stay within melee of this guy, but come a little bit closer to me.
Okay.
And he's going to do his rending strike with his. I think I called it a flail. I think that was what it was. But either way, flail comes out of his non-shielded arm, and he's going to try and bash that guy in the skull.
Sure.
So
go ahead and roll for an attack.
Yep.
Come on, Pothole.
It's a natural 19, so I don't...
That's definitely going to hit.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about what the plus was on that one. And it's going to be a damage... Ooh, 4 plus... 2, 7 points of force damage applied to his cranium.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him. As Pothole rushes up, takes out the flail, hits him, hits the same guy that TBD is now engaged with. This guy is now... His target's gone, and now he's dealing with 2 smaller creatures that are definitely not what he expected to fight here a second ago.
Okay,
So,
Pothole. Thanks.
end of your turn. It is now It's now some of their turns. The first one is going to be the pirate that is down with you.
Let's get this over with.
He's going to go ahead and first attack. He's going to take his sword and take a slash at you because he can. That is a 6. So that's going to fail. But he's also, as this is happening, because he knows he's been marked by the archer, who's also down there, so he's going to simultaneously flip his dagger to the blade and throw it at you.
That's
to
rude
try
as
to hit
hell.
you. That is a 18 plus 2 is a unnatural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. You're going to take... 6 points of piercing damage.
Rude.
As it lands in the meat of your leg as you had like crouched down to fire, and it stabs right in now.
I'm a leg meat.
But he does not have his dagger anymore, so I'll have to take that into account. That's going to end his turn, though. Next is going to be that bad guy. He's going to go ahead and reload a crossbow bolt and fire. He's going to fire at the guy who's being harried by two other individuals. So he's going to fire at TBD because he just saw his first friend get obliterated by
Is that the acidic one, or is the other one the acidic?
That is no. First one. Wait. Succeed, fail? Did I say that? Succeed, fail, or fail?
First
Second one's
one
acid.
succeeded, second one failed.
So he has acid.
Yes.
So no.
And not the good kind.
What matters more, his pain or our pain?
What kind's that?
No, if it's acid, he's definitely going to be a guy that like wipes it
gotcha.
off furiously. Yeah, he wouldn't just burn through. He wouldn't just like work
Made
through
him
the pain.
burn his
So he's
turn.
going to use his action to take the acid off, which is going to end his turn there.
Sweet.
All right. Next up is going to be, because you're still asleep, we have to wait till the top of the round. We have to wait till the bottom of the round for you to roll.
Okay.
So we're skipping your turn this time, and it is now the ship bandit's turn. So they're going to go ahead and spend their actions firing the harpoon. So they're going to fire two
Ship
shots at
bandits.
the ship. First shot misses with a natural 1. Second shot with a 3. So you hear the first one, the coil of rope as the harpoon flies, but in this kind of like semi-darkness with really no moon out to really kind of illuminate anything, you feel really the sound of this harpoon fly across the front of your ship and just over the edge. And as that happens, you hear as something snaps, and you hear the shout and cry of people reacting to something breaking on that side, because a natural 1 means that ballista is broken.
See, I thought with the natural 1 you were gonna 2 towers it, and one of his own guys was just gonna
get run through.
chest that.
I thought about it, but it makes more sense for the ballista to blow up.
I was
So.
thinking they didn't tie it on the other
So
end.
that and
It
their
just
crew,
shoots out.
there's in their turn. It is now the crew of the Emerald Treader's turn.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they have now awoken, and so they are going to go ahead and take their turn. So at this point, you can imagine now the ship is beginning to become overrun with individuals, as not so much necessarily you guys battling just for like 3 or 4 people, but the ship is now becoming overrun with like crew of both ships, because it is a full-on, think Pirates of the Caribbean, swings from both sides. So this,
that's a long fall.
The crew of the Zahavi are going to spend their turns mostly, unless you guys give them specific instructions, they're going to spend their turns attacking the pirate ship and also repelling the pirate crew. So basically they're going to increase or decrease DCs on different things, but essentially it's going to be a full-on battle with these two crews unless you intercede and say, hey, specifically do this thing for me. So
Is there someone manning the helm?
the wheel?
Yeah.
There was a sailor up there. He is dead. The night shift was all killed by these pirates, but now the real crew has awoken thanks to the alarms yelled by most of you. So now it is in full swing. The ship's under attack type stuff.
How he talks about the night crew like that? That's like harsh.
Working
Very
on the night crew.
They were slaughtered. So that's going to be their turn to basically repel the pirates and try to like keep their ship from being overrun, which will then lead to Jembar's turn. Jembar is actually going to come out of his captain's quarters at this point and see that... Where's my character for him? Work. Jembar is going to step out of the captain's quarters and realize that the ship's under attack, so he's going to do what he does best, and he's going to rage.
Oh, he's a
nice.
Barbarian.
And you watch as he turns around, sees what's going on, grabs his the kukri on his back and pulls it, and you watch as the kind of black and aquamarine tattoos across his left arm suddenly start to flash with energy as he pulls the sword out and with uncanny ability leaps the 10 feet up and lands on the guy who crossbowed. And you see like levels at him and goes, "Get off my ship!" And he goes for a push attack. So he's going to go ahead and roll.
Oh my god, he's gonna push him off the ship.
That's going to be a natural 16 against this guy's save. Fail. So he's going to get pushed 10 feet back.
Nice.
5, 10. Whee! And you guys watch as Spartan kicked off the railing, bends over like an L shape as he hits the railing. His body continues the momentum, propels him over the edge.
Oh, I love when they do that. Oh.
Wilhelm scream style.
Yeah. And when they do that, their spin kind of quickens as the top half like flips and the back half gives, and they're like,
Yep. And so he is spiraling into the darkness.
Nice.
we'll see what happens to him. But that is going to be Jemvar's turn as he turns around and starts shouting orders to the crew and basically rousing the rest. We are in full swing now, ladies and gentlemen. Kenneth Quinn, you're up.
Oh, shoot. Oh, beans. All right, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit the one that just attacked me, who's also Hunter's Mark. That seems like it makes sense. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, girl.
Hit. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's Hunter's Mark, so this is bound to be pretty decent. All right. Oh, 14. Oh, shoot. It's going to be a lot. 28 points of damage.
Oh, Rangers are awesome.
So basically, you get stabbed in the knee with your dagger, yank it out, reload your arrow, fire your shot as the arrow barrels towards him. He's still facing Zeph and takes an arrow straight to the back of his knee, and his head hits the side of a crate, and just you hear the sickening crunch of his head caving in.
All right, I'm going to try to get up the stairs. I don't know how much movement that'll cost me.
How much movement do you have?
30.
I feebly reach out and go, heal me! Heal me!
I'm going to shake you off. I don't have nothing, buddy.
You're now on the top of the stairs.
Where's that? Right up there? Okay.
technically
I would like to transfer my Hunter's Mark to this guy because I can see him.
Okay, so you transfer Hunter's Mark. It is now on that gentleman.
That's my turn.
Alright, ending your turn. Give me just a second. I gotta kill this guy off my initiative count. After Kenneth Quinn, it is now their turn. So these two are gonna go ahead and take their turns. Two more swing over from the other ship.
How close is that ship now?
Probably 30, 45 feet away.
Okay, gotcha.
The one harpoon that stuck did pull them close together. It's not, they're not butted up against each other, so it is not. Some of them are still like swinging and having to swing back because it's definitely up in the air and still pretty chaotic. But two of them do successfully make it. That is ending their turn. It is now Lucius Kane's turn.
Okay. Where's Lucius? I don't even know where he is on this
Lucius
map.
Kane is being played tonight by Michelle.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, it's my turn, Lucius Kane.
Sounds just like him.
I'd just like to Eldritch Blast whoever I can Eldritch Blast.
He's currently under the deck right now.
Aw beans, well then he'll make his way in.
Okay, 30 feet of movement. He's going to put him right about here.
I reach out and say, heal me!
I can't do nothing.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. I just saw that he had this.
Use all his spell slots.
You know what? That's what I'll do. Since you're asking for healing, it's not much, but he is going to use his racial trait, Healing Hands, to give you 3 hit points.
Thank you. That is almost double, so that works.
And that is that's what he does.
He has a racial healing
I was
hands.
at 4.
Yes.
Oh, it makes sense because he's an angel person.
Huh.
That's the
Preston
one.
just doesn't like us, so he's never used it.
I mean, race-wise that makes sense, but character-wise that does not make... That's alright, we won't worry about it. I'll allow
You
it.
can't shake where you come from, man.
He's
got a baby.
He gives free
He has
honey,
plans.
but-
He has plans in the future. It will make sense.
I hope it does, because
It
it
does.
really doesn't. But yeah, so he rushes...
Can we roleplay that as I simply reach out and like drag it out of him because
essentially as he runs by, he kind of looks at you and goes like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to do. And as he kind of stands there like with empty hands, you watch as like he stops and goes, could you just this one time? And then you just feel this cold start crawling up your legs as you watch the smoke that usually hangs off his body starts to crawl up your body, and that cold sensation seems to kind of ease some of the aches and pains that are in yours.
Icy hot.
You feel better, but uneased at the same time. As he's like, okay, cool, and then runs up the steps.
Sweet.
All right, ending
Very happy with that.
Lucius's turn. Is now top of the round. Is now the two ships. The ships are going to fire upon each other now that the crew are.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay,
go ahead.
please,
We'll go ahead and roll and
please.
see if you can wake up. So go ahead and roll a perception check. Given, I think 12 is the base. You yelled, so that's it's now at a 10. So a perception check for 10, please.
You got this, Liz.
Here we go.
It's a 14.
Hey!
You are woken up by the sound of firing cannons as the first ship is going to go ahead and fire its 2 ballista at this ship to try to harpoon it. Those are both successes, both natural 19s. So 2 more land and begin to pull the ships together as they're starting to now, the gap is beginning to close, so more pirates are beginning to get ready to board the ship. Meanwhile, the Emerald Treader is going to fire its cannons as you hear 2 cannons fire. Natural 3 and a 15, so the 15 is going to hit. So it's going to do...
Oh boy.
1. That's crazy.
It's going to do 16 points of damage to the pirate ship. So, as a note, the pirate ship does have hit points, as does the Emerald Treader. So, the more that they fight each other, the more damage they'll become. So, if there's ever a moment where you want to aid in the damage of another ship, will also aid in the fact that there's less people coming out of the ship. So,
Is the ship level 3 as well?
what's that? No, it is not level 3. But it does have stats, so just don't get hit by it. Alright, so it's going to end the ship's turns. It is now TBD's turn with Zeph. You're on deck.
Yay, DVD.
I see Pothole on the other side of this dude, and the dude's kind of like looking back and forth.
Yep.
What's going on? Where is this little guy? I'm going to do the only thing I can do again, is try to unarmed strike him.
Alright, so go ahead and take an unarmed strike.
17.
17's going to hit.
Cool. Ooh, cool. 7 points.
7 points of damage. You keep whacking away at this guy as he's like, quit it!
Kick his shin.
Yep. Just very Home Alone style. Alright. End of your turn. Zeph, you are up.
All right. Well, this is going to be big, guys, okay? Zeph casts Mage Armor on himself.
Okay.
Little bright lights of red just all over his exposed body, and that's all he's going to do. Maybe peek his head up just a little to check out.
So you can begin to move towards front there. Yeah. You just see basically chaos on the ship. Swords flashing, cries of battle. It's happening. All right. End of your turn. Glyph, you are up, my dude.
Right, looking at things on the deck and the fact that we've got more guys around us that may be of use, I kind of would like to... yep, I'm going to do it. It's close enough. Can I see the other ship? Any, distinguishable features?
Sure.
Like the main mast, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then what I'm going to do is expel the acidic cartridge, put it back in, and I'm just going to draw a little line along the barrel real quick, and it kind of has a little bit of a smoky texture to it, and I'm going to fire a created bonfire right at the main mast. So,
okay.
Yes, create a bonfire on ground, so I guess at the base of the mast.
Sure.
On ground that you can see within range, which is within 60 feet. A magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire's space when you cast a spell must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. So, the inanimate ship.
It's a ship.
Yes, okay, cool. So it takes 2 points of fire damage as it's on fire.
As a little fire erupts on the mast and slowly begins to burn. We'll see if the crew notices or does anything about it.
Bonus action, Pothole is going to swing away again, trying to continue to help Tabidi. That's 17 to hit.
17 hits.
See and swing away, Pothole.
10 points of damage.
10. Jeez.
Old boy don't flail.
He's looking hurt. He's getting beat up by 2 small critters and not happy about it.
At a combined 6 feet tall.
Yep. It's now going to be his turn, actually. He's going to go ahead and swing at the small child who's kicking him, because that's not fun. So, first attack's going to be with his sword. It was 4 plus 3 is 7.
No.
Okay, that's going to miss.
Swings above my head, I duck.
He swings over your head and goes, right, small. And then he goes and stabs down with a dagger for a 10.
No.
Yep, misses that too. So
he's
just
freaking blurry.
Like Matrix
swinging
dodge,
away. It looks really cool to them, but to everybody else, you see this guy who's like bloodied and beaten, just like haphazardly like throwing himself into the swing, and Tabidi just like stepping out of the way. But Tabidi thinks it looks really cool.
It's like you're moving at 1.5 speed.
Okay, ending their turn. Oh, Kiana, you're awake. You're up. What are you doing?
If this is possible.
Yes.
So, as she's awakened out of her slumber, she immediately jolts up out of her hammock and goes to the window to peek outside.
Sure.
She sees that the other ship is very close.
Yes.
And so, as it's 15 feet away, according to this map, it is 15 feet away.
That's fair.
She casts Thunderwave out the window to attack the other ship.
Okay, so you're damaging the ship directly?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
I
so
like
go
that.
ahead and roll your damage for that.
Okay.
Well, she's had 6 turns to think it over. So.
Liz, I like your logic. I feel like it's a crappy pirate ship, so what's the point in trying to save it? Let's just send it
that's
to
fair.
But don't damage it too much. We could have a pirate ship and break his entire storyline.
We could. Oh my
I'm
god.
assuming that the ship cannot make a con save.
I bet we could go back in time with that pirate ship.
It's a ship.
Cool. So 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Okay, yeah.
We get the ship up to 88 knots per hour.
That's gonna, all right.
And
cool.
then I'd like to use my bonus action to get up to the top level.
We use your movement, and you are... So we're gonna put you right back here. You're not technically on the deck yet, but there are still 2 people in your way.
Cool.
So they are kind of impeding your...
As she passes, I reach out and say, "Heal me."
Not this turn.
I
Okay.
don't have change, sir.
Drew, you
right.
are the blind
So it's now
guy
going
in
to
every
be
New Testament
the-
Bible story.
Pirate Crew's turn. Pirate Crew is going to go ahead and roll perception check, see if they notice your fire.
Let's be fair. I've had like staff medics my whole life.
So
where all I have
instead
to
of
do
instead
is-
of firing one of them is going to take his turn to reload the ballista and try to fire it. The other one is going to, because his ballista is broken, take his turn to put out your fire because he does notice you rolled 14.
Make a
on this.
DC 14.
Okay. What kind of save?
Dex. To dexterously try and put out the fire.
That's a 13. It fails.
Haha, it's still on fire. Idiot. This guy can't even put a fire out.
Now his pant legs are singed.
Okay. So the other one's going to go ahead and fire his ballista at. He's going to fire at the ship.
Who's reloading this ballista?
He is the pirate. The pirate up there is. He's taking his whole turn to do all of his
Takes
stuff.
him forever. This dude's a ballista intern.
Yeah. So it's going to be. That's going to hit. It's going to.
He applied for mess hall, and they said, "Well, we've got an opening in ballista." And he's like, "Well,
15
Trying to
points
get
of
my foot in the
damage to the Emerald Treader as he fires the ballista, and it hits the side of the. Actually, it's funny. It happens right after you cast your spell, so as you turn to leave, the window behind you shatters, and a bolt fires through and hits into the wood behind you. So it's pretty close, but not close enough. But yeah, so that's going to be their turns. It is now the crew of the ship, the Zahavi's crew. So they're going to go ahead and spend their turn firing the cannons, unless anyone needs them to do something in particular.
Wait. No, I think that sounds good. Fire cannons? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all on team kill
Anybody
ship.
at all?
Heal me.
One of them probably could.
One of them's going to cast Cure Wounds on you.
But that means that
As you shout that, you see one of them turns around and points to a man who's wearing the same kind of like the same kind of like the white cloth, but for some reason the rest of them, carrying the same uniform. This one seems to have a symbol of a pendant with a symbol on it, and he rushes over you, clutching it, and begins to kind of like mumble under his breath as he places his hand on you. He's going to cast Cure Wounds, and I believe that is. Give me just a second. I gotta remember how Cure Wounds works.
It's full restore.
Well, for him, it actually might be because it depends on how much.
The effects of 2 long rests. Oh, that's cool.
So it's first, so 1d8 plus his spellcasting modifier. So you get 4 points of healing back. Wasn't great, but he did his best.
Awesome. Thanks.
No problem. So that's going to be that one, and they're going to fire 1 shot because they spent their time helping Zeph. 1 shot with a natural 20.
Nice.
Hey-o.
2 shots. Ooh, that was actually pretty good. 15, 19. Ooh, gosh. 38 points of damage to that ship as they fire another cannon volley as it begins to splinter into that one, tearing through, actually breaking one of the smaller masts off of the pirate ship, causing it to start like splintering and like falling. That ship's looking hurt now.
Don't hurt it too much. We want that ship.
Okay. End of Zahavi's turn is now Jembar's turn. Jembar is going to go ahead and land. He's going to run down here, run over to this guy. See, he's there, and going to do he's kind of on a tear here, so he's just going to do what he did again. He's going to do another shove attack. He's going to try to push that guy off his ship.
I love it.
So he's going to do that.
Get off my plane.
Didn't work that time. He swings his hand to like backhand this guy into the open air, but the pirate ducks at the very last moment and he kind of smashes it into the wood and will kind of like splinter some of it off in his anger. He's going to go ahead and take his second attack because he has 2 attacks. And that one does succeed.
Yay.
As he swings and misses, but then like reaches and grabs him by the collars. The guy's like, whew, grabs him and yeets and just throws him one-handed up and over the edge.
Nailed
that
it.
guy's gone as well.
Yeet.
All right. And if you're strong, man, that's what you're going to do. You're going to shove people off your... I took a page from Drew's book of like, what would Drew do if he was if he was Lotar right now? He would just push people off the ship.
Right.
All right.
Except you're rolling well, and it's actually
I'm actually rolling pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty well.
cool.
Well, they're rolling pretty terribly,
Okay.
to be honest. Kenneth, you are up.
All right, sweet. Obviously, the one that's Hunter's Mark, we're going to go ahead and just hit him again. We're just going to keep picking him off. All right, okay, all right, let's go. That's an unnatural 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
8 points of damage.
8 points of
Nothing
damage.
crazy, and then...
Oh, nothing crazy. Just 8 points.
I mean, you know, and I'm probably going to move back over here.
Okay.
Okay. Turn. Done.
End of your turn. It is now these pirates' turns. Well, this one... I'm trying to remember. This one here is going to go ahead and rush up here because he sees you causing chaos, and he's going to go ahead and take his attack. And he has advantage because he's flanking with his partner. First hit is a 13. To
On
hit.
me?
Yeah, 13 to hit.
Doesn't do it.
Nope.
Don't do it, mate.
There we go. 17 to hit.
On me?
Yeah.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. He's swinging away,
Styles.
but just glancing off of your body armor as it doesn't seem to take an effect on you. So
Better not
that
chip
was- It's a terrible roll on his turn. It is now the Hunter's Marked one. He's taking some shots from you, Ohiana, so he's just going to do what he does best, which is hit everybody Kenneth. I was looking at Ohiana there. He's just going to go ahead and take 2 attacks. One on Lucius Kane, because he's there. You're not out fully yet, so we're not going to do you. First one. It's an extra 19 on Lucius Kane.
He turns and it hits the coffin.
5 points of piercing damage, or slashing damage to Lucius Kane. Second attack is going to be on you, because you're right there. With a dagger. Natural 18, so an unnatural 20.
Yeah, you finally did it. Actually, shield. No, you didn't.
Yep, nothing's hitting with you. They're just swinging away wildly, and you're just ducking and dodging every shot, because of course you are.
Now the glyphs are lighting up, and they don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming for them. Lucius
It's like trying to
Kane.
hit a raver with those light gloves
Yep.
on.
It is now Lucius' turn.
You ever tried to do that?
All right, real
Never in my
cool.
life.
Well, Lucius is probably just gonna Eldritch Blast the person that's in front of him.
He's in melee with him, so that is a disadvantage.
That's true. You know what? Great point that you just made right there.
Thank you.
He'll blast this one.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, it's not great. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
15 hits. All
They don't
right.
have a lot of great armor on.
5 points of
5
damage.
points of damage.
This dude's looking like Boromir. And
Yeah, they're starting to look. All of them have taken a lot of hits, and the ones that were healthy got yeeted over the side. So they're still at full health for right now.
Yeah, for about 17 more seconds.
For a few more seconds, yeah.
Till all their health falls out their butt.
Yep.
I forgot we're in the air.
Yeah,
All
we're like
right.
a mile in the air also. How high up
Expecting
are
the
we?
guys to like climb back up.
About a mile, somewhere in there. So
yeah, so
not.
5,000 feet. So it's going to take them a minute to die.
It's going to be a few minutes before they're like, I think I'm gonna, and then dead.
Yeah, then it'll hit them.
All right. Top of the round is now the ship's turn. The ships are going to go ahead and do what they do best.
Keep moving.
2 shots, both hit on
Who shot what?
2 ships from 2 shots from the Emerald Treader. I'm going to take their 2 hits.
That's a satisfying sound.
Yeah, 19 points of damage on those hits.
Nice.
And one ballista shot from that one because one of them is damaged. It's going to go into fire, and it hits. Taking 10 points of damage to the Emerald Treader. So both ships looking pretty tore up now as cannons are firing and wood is splintering. It's a pretty hectic battle going on up here. Nevertheless, TBD, you are up, my dude.
Apparently I can headbutt too.
Yes, you can.
So I am going to do that.
All right. You're done punching knees. You're going up for the head.
You're gonna headbutt his knee.
16.
16 hits.
Sweet.
It was scrappy.
6 points.
Matt, do you use a gust of wind to get your body high enough to headbutt him in the nose, or how do you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, straight up, and it not like up and like run into, but you just go straight up, and it like catches him, which is even worse because he doesn't even
upwards battering
like
ram.
meeting like an tears in his eyes. He's also he's hurt real bad.
Finish him off,
he's not having a good day right now. But yeah, so that ends your turn.
Let me just double check.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, Zeph, you're up.
All right, Zeph's going to take a quick glance over at his buddy Tabidi and just little burst of pride as he sees how well this guy performs. And he's going to just go a little bit up a little bit further, just enough to get a good shot off on the... can you put... I kind of...
So this is the top of the walkway, so you now have, I would say you have 15 feet of movement from here to go somewhere else.
So he is going to use his packed weapon in his left hand to skewer, send a chain whip basically into this sailor here.
Yep.
And then with his other packed weapon in his right hand, he's going to aim for the mast above him, or not the mast, but the cross bar, and he's going to pull himself, basically retract the chains on both at the same time, pulling himself into the air and the other guy dragging him up into the air.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
God. Yes. Does this mean what I think it means? I've been doing
Did you roll that 20? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
What's your plus?
You're going to try.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, still some digits. Yeah, that's probably...
That's just your thing, man.
I've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah.
You retroactive some stuff.
Oh, so 8.
Did you roll?
Oh, sure.
What'd you roll?
An 8.
Yeah, misses. Sorry, dude. Yeah, you fire your packed weapon, but it misses. It goes wide. Go ahead and roll to attach to the ship if you'd like.
Yes, please.
I'll let you go ahead and do that as a separate roll.
It's also an 8.
Also an 8. So you miss both. They go wide. You kind of misjudge in the darkness out here. It's kind of hard to see what's going on.
Yeah. I'm still a little jacked up from getting almost murdered.
As a note, this can be illuminated a little bit more if you ask on the crew's turn to do something about that. I will throw that out there. I know that you don't know what they're capable of, but there is a way to illuminate the battlefield a little more.
Okay, he just goes, fuck! I need more light!
So we'll make note of that as they go.
Am I allowed to yell fuck?
You did. You just
You
did.
did, so it's fine.
like,
It's what? Hey, I put it in every content warning. Content warnings are in every description.
Okay.
All right, Glyph, you are up.
right, so the first guy had a little bit of trouble with that bonfire. I'm thinking I'm going to create a second one on the ballista of the guy that's operating still.
Okay.
So we're just going to...
Okay. So you
Next
fire it. Gonna make a dexterity saving throw for
the ballista, yes, that inanimate piece of wood.
It's a ballista, so no.
Yeah, nailed it. Literally nailed it. So yeah, the base of the ballista is now also on fire.
Just
and it's a
burst into
5
flames.
foot like
5 foot
square,
cube.
so it's a pretty big
burst
fire.
in flames.
Yep.
The guy immediately is like, "Would you put that fire? What the?" And just notices now there's one under him. Fires everywhere. It's crazy.
Sorry, mate. Hey, pothole. And he's gonna, see if he can do it. 11.
11's not hit. He swings for this stumbling, bleeding pirate who probably can't stand for another 30 seconds and misses, just whiffs.
Yeah, and I just hear like the. It's a lot of blood, but just aim for like the middle of him.
Okay, it is now
the biggest mass of blood.
It is now that pirate's turn. It's gonna go ahead and he's gonna swing for Tabidi because that's the only one who's been hitting him. That's what he's going to do. That is a 15 hit.
Nope.
Gosh dang.
Can I use my... Oh, no.
No, you can't. Dagger.
Apparently I have a
16.
bonus unarmed strike this whole time and I didn't realize.
Oh,
Bonus action could have been unarmed striking, but he
Probably could have been dead.
Probably would have been dead already.
Well, you're learning. You're a little guy.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
You just discovered it.
Yeah, it meets.
Hey, real quick, Pothole's gonna use his Steel Defender ability to impose disadvantage on that attack. Because he's within 5 feet of the attacker.
That was a natural 19, so it still hits.
Dang it. Sorry, buddy.
I've been thinking about this.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as he finally hits you, staggeringly gets you with his dagger. It doesn't really hurt. I mean, it hurts, but it wasn't a great shot as he's stumbling to stay up. Ending their turns. Oh, Yana, you are up.
Sweet. You said I'm most of the way up the stairs?
Yeah, I would say you're pretty much all the way up there. You were blocked by them, but they have cleared the... Well, yeah.
Cool.
You can get up now.
Could I look vaguely to my right and see this guy that TBD and... Pothole, yes.
Sure.
And I would like to cast Ray of Frost at them.
Okay. He's within melee of you, so as you come up onto the deck, he is right there by the entrance, so it is melee. If he's in melee, it's a disadvantage, so you'd have to move away if you want to.
Well, see, I was thinking I would be still down, partway down the stairs.
Sure, but that's more of a thematic idea than a mechanical idea, because in order to get up, you have to get past, they're in front of it. So it's kind of, nobody's spread out, so it's just kind of a cluster right in front of the entrance of the stairs.
Okay, so I was thinking I was, halfway up the stairs, and I could see, my torso was, above, I don't know, it's how it was in my brain.
I will say, if you want to use movement to back down and fire, or if you want to try to make a athletics check to get up, athletics or acrobatics, your choice, to get out of the ship's hold and get up onto the deck proper.
I'll take partial movement to go slightly back down the stairs so I
you
can
retreat
pass that
back
way.
down the steps.
Yep.
Which... I will throw this other caveat in there. If you back down, he will get partial cover because you are backing down and not having a clear shot, so it'll give him +2 to his AC, so it's not terrible. Okay. But it gives them a little bit of a bump to an AC, because I have to pick one or the other, because otherwise it's just people would be hiding, and it's just mechanically speaking.
No, for sure. Yeah, that's
okay,
fine.
so that's fine. So he has AC's a 17 now, so go ahead and roll.
Okay. That's a 21.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, my god.
Hey,
partial cover is nothing.
Ray of Frost is verbal. Liz, what do you say when you...
Yes!
Uh-oh.
Do you have something, Liz?
This is why we have the sensor warning, right?
Do you have something
it's just
delightful
for
us, Liz?
I hope this freezes your fucking balls off.
Oh.
Delectable.
As she fires the ray of frost, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
Crispity.
8.
Ooh.
Very cool.
8 points of damage?
8.
Yeah, so as you say that, you clench your hand in the air and watch as the ice kind of crawls up the stairs and strikes into this gentleman. Doesn't look like it hits him, but you watch him as he kind of and then begins to fold in on himself, as indeed his balls were frozen.
Nice!
No.
His whole 2 health is gone.
Rest in peace.
One each. Now we know it's canon. A pirate's testicles are each 1 hit point.
Good job. All right, end of your turns. It is now the crew's turn. The crew is going to go ahead and acknowledge your request to light the ship up. So you watch as across the edges of the ship along the railing, you watch as there's particular areas where all of a sudden these little kind of like metal tubes that were attached to it spin and face upright, and as they do, they reveal these magical lights that are embedded in them, where lights begin to appear on the edge of the ship, kind of illuminating things around you. So any disadvantage that would have been caused by perceptions or anything else like that are now negated. So
I yell out, "Great job! We're gonna have to talk about order of operations after this is over."
Rise out!
It's called PEMDAS. It's actually really important.
It'll be end of your turn. It is now Jembar's turn. Jembar is going to go ahead and... He's going to go ahead and throw a javelin at the other guy.
Oh my gosh.
No beans.
On a chain so we can pull it back and send that guy into the abyss.
Natural 20.
Yeah, he sends everything into the abyss.
It's 9 points of damage as he takes a spear from the deck itself and throws it to the ballista operator who is worried about the fire. Now has his left arm made useless by a giant spear sunk into his shoulder now. Yeah. Second attack, another javelin.
Man,
With his left hand.
That is.
he throws this one underhand.
15 is gonna hit.
He granny shots javelin for a high arc.
6 points of damage. So throws another javelin, which again catches the guy in like the lower stomach this time. So that guy immediately goes from like there's a fire underneath my ballista to there's immense pain in my entire body. He's not having a great day at all. Actually.
That was too easy. Yeah, wait, what's his way?
Yeah, that's
too late,
I mean,
you nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. And
Listen, Ariel.
Jennifer's. Kenneth, you're up.
Sweet. All right. Clearly, the one that's has his hunter's mark on him. That's exactly what I'm gonna go for. Actually, that's not bad. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay.
Because I can do what's his name from
Um.
or no, sorry.
11 points of damage to this guy right here.
Jeez.
11
points
of
Is he done?
damage. No, but he's very
yeah.
close.
Crap.
As he gets brained by another arrow shot to the chest. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. End of your turn. It is now that character's turn. He's going to go ahead and take a shot at Lucius. And again at Glyph. Shot on Lucius is a 7. That's going to miss. Shot on...
Clearly, it didn't want to hit me.
A 7 doesn't hit Lucius?
Nope.
His
16.
AC is double that. Don't you sound
Gosh,
silly.
dang it. Can't hit you guys for nothing, apparently.
Scales never fails.
Yep, swinging and missing.
Listen,
on,
I took all of the hits.
Absolute
for
chaos.
everyone.
It is now
All the bad throws, all the hits.
that guy's turn. He's going to go ahead and take 2 shots on Glyph because he sees that they're failing to hit you at all.
It did take Liz 3 rounds to wake up, so she also had some struggles.
18?
Meets.
Dang it. Finally. 7 points of slashing damage from his sword.
I feel fine.
19 points of damage. Or 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
With his dagger. 4 points of piercing damage.
I'm alright. I feel fine. Nothing to see.
Wait, is that right?
That ends his turn. Lucius, it's now Lucius's turn.
All
Bottom of the
right.
round.
It's me, Lucius, feeling silly, goofy mood. All
What's
right.
happening with your eyes, Lucius?
They're rolling all around. All of them are lazy.
How many eyes does he have?
He'll never tell.
Okay, so Lucius is going to bane people. So 3 people he can see. So how many are here? These 2 and then these 2 over here?
And then 2 over there, yep.
All right. Bane. So they need to roll charisma saving throws. 15.
DC?
15.
Success. Fail. Success.
Dang. So one of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
That's his turn, I think. Oh, yeah, I think that's
All right. It is now the ship's turns. They're going to go ahead and fire. 2 shots from the treader. Oh, wow. 19 and 18. Both hit.
Ooh.
Holy...
60 points of damage?
32 points of damage.
that's close.
However, as the 2 cannons fire more shots, you watch as one of them splinters into the side of the pirate ship as the other one clips the helmsman of the other one. The cannonball catches him in the side, basically launches him into the deck. He's immediately crushed, but you see the wheel gets cracked and begins to spin, and the whole ship begins to list as it is now.
Like towards us or away from us?
Away from you.
Okay.
Because it
attached
spins
to
that way.
us.
However, it is still attached by 3 cables. So,
Not a problem.
next top of the round, it will start causing some issues. So, all right, TBD, you're up, my guy. Zeph, you're on deck.
Am I in a spot where I notice this other ship is?
I'd say it's pretty obvious. It's a pretty big commotion going on right
Our
now.
deck lurching to the side.
Yeah.
Are any of the harpoons and stuff that attach to ours visible to me?
Yes.
Okay. I go, oh, that's probably not good. And I run up towards one. I
Okay.
assume I can move. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30,
40.
35. Easy enough.
Yeah. And then I will unarmed strike.
You're going to unarmed strike it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Try to break
go ahead.
off.
Yeah,
one
go ahead and
of
roll
the-
your attack.
13.
13 hits.
Okay.
It's a harpoon. Doesn't have a great AC.
It's fair. 5.
5 points of damage.
Does that knock it out?
No.
Okay. And then I'd use my bonus one.
Bonus
that I
action
should've-
unarmed strike. There you go.
Higher than that.
Okay.
And then 6 points.
6 points of damage. So 11 total. So you
Is it
5
Yes.
5 and 6. It's 5 and 6. So 11. So you and you watch as this thing begins to start tearing and pulling as now there's tension on both sides. It's almost out, but it's not quite. You didn't quite get enough damage. Good try though. Okay. Zeph, you are up. Glyph, you're on deck.
Got it?
All right, sweet. Seeing Tabidi go for the rope, Zeph is going to run over there and create arm blades. Let's say that they're going to be like similar to a rapier
Sure.
or a cutlass. I want a cutlass, but I can't find it in the inventory real quick. But we'll just go with
Yeah.
a rapier.
Close enough.
Yeah. Just pull that up. Add it here. Okay. So he's going to attack with 2 rapiers, them both being light.
Sure.
He's going to use both. Let's see. So. Sorry for the dead air. Let's see. Rapier. So I get a +4 to that. 12.
12 hits.
Okay. And that is 1d8 plus 4. So 10.
Yeah, so with that strike, you finally snap the metal and half the harpoon flies off and the rope dangles away, releasing that one. So good job.
Would I have enough movement to get to the next one? No?
You have 5 feet, which would put you right about here, but you've got another 10 feet
Okay.
before you reach that one.
Yeah, so I go toward it.
Okay.
Is that baddie right next to me there?
Yes, that is a bag right next to
Okay,
you.
can I use my second?
You most certainly can.
Okay. Sun's got a hit. All right. 17 to
17 will definitely hit.
Finally. And that's 9 points.
9 points of damage. Oh my gosh, 9. Yep, he's looking super rough now. That one in particular. That ends your turn, Glyph. You're up.
Right on. So how many bad guys are still on our ship?
2 more. These 2, both super hurt now. Been hit quite a bit by different individuals. So
Where did I go?
Okay, I'm gonna scurry 5 feet closer to the side so I can get a line of sight. Yep, so I got that one right there, and then
Yep.
the other one is how far away from me?
5 and 5.
Okay, I'm gonna move this way.
Attack of opportunity if you do.
I'm not gonna do that. Right on. Okay, well, it would be a disadvantage, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna try and shoot one of them in the face and tell Pothole to shoot the other one in the face.
Sure.
So first attack at disadvantage is
I will say, mechanically speaking, Lucius Kane is right here, so he would be in a flanking position. So it'll give you advantage on this guy's attack. Which
Okay.
is a straight roll.
I'll let Pothole use that one because on my disadvantage I still rolled a 17.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
So Pothole's gonna attack with advantage. And he rolled 19 plus 25.
19 plus 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Was it 44?
rifle shot does.
He's
oh
a
boy,
BBG.
he's super dead because that was 17 points of damage
Yeah, he
to the
gone.
back of the head.
He gone, son.
You got gore all over your
dude.
face, dude.
Yeah.
And then the one that Pothole hit does he maxed that one out? 10 points of damage.
How does Pothole want to kill this guy?
I think like he took a brief moment to watch what the big good guy was doing and just yeeting everyone off the ship.
Yes.
And he's going to take the flail, 'cause it's essentially a spike ball and chain, and upward velocity it to try and catch him, like, and send him up.
In the chin, yeah.
Yes, over the railing.
Doesn't necessarily get enough oomph to lift him off his feet, but the hit sends the man stumbling backwards where he hits the railing and then end over ends himself off the ship. And he, again, Wilhelm screams into the abyss. Okay, ending Glyph's turn. Oh, Hiana, you're up. Scroll through all these dead people now. He's dead.
So I would like to take half my movement to come the rest of the way back up the stairs.
15 feet.
I got moved.
Thank you.
And then do I have enough movement to get to one of the sides of one of the ropes?
5, 10, 15, sure.
Cool. And then I would like to use Ray of Frost on that.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Question mark in that list?
Yeah.
Ray of Frost?
Because
I guess so.
all my other things are like force damage, and I didn't feel like.
You don't want to force it.
All good.
What does Okiana feel like?
I mean, Thunder Wave would do way more damage, but it.
Thunder. Feel the thunder.
Fine, I'll use Thunder Wave then to attack.
Yes, you do you, boo.
Cool. So it needs to. Just can the rope make a con save?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
It's a rope.
It's a rope.
I guess you could say the rope con save.
It's a rope, so.
Cool. So it's gonna take 8 points of damage.
Ooh, 8 points. Not enough to dislodge it, but it definitely does do some damage as you fire the thunder and it bends the harpoon in.
Yeah.
Definitely does damage to it. Okay. After Ohiana, it is now the crew's turn. The crew
We'll focus on cutting the ropes.
Going to take a cue from you guys and go ahead and roll 2 attacks to try to break the ropes. First attack hits. Second attack hits. We'll just see how much damage. First one, 4. This is going to break the one that Ohiana was trying to break, and the second one, so 1. So not so much damage on the third one. So the one that Ohiana is trying to like break, you see 2 other crew members run over with these like fishing pikes almost and stab it into the head of this thing and begin to like rock it back and forth.
Nice.
And you see 2 more drawing swords beginning to hack away at the metal and rope cable that is like holding it, but it is not really doing a whole lot. So, which now brings us to Jembar's turn. Jembar is going to walk up to it nonchalantly and do what he does best, which is make a strength check. It's a natural 19.
Oh.
And with ease, he plants his foot on it and bends the bar until it snaps in half, and then holds it up and then looks out at the ship and lets it go as the ship continues its list. The pirate ship continues its list, and you guys watch as the 2 bonfires that had been lit on it are now beginning to start like burning ever faster, and you guys watch as the ship begins to list to its side and begin to slowly drift down towards the earth below.
You know, I could watch that every night and not get tired.
Yep, I just like put my hand on my best mate's shoulder and I say, "Hey, I started both those fires."
As you say that, you hear an explosion of some kind happens on the ship, and a fireball blows out one of the sides, causing it to list even further as it sinks even faster now.
That one wasn't me.
Little dragon tear drips down his cheek as he stares at his best friend. Because Zeph stares at Glyph, and
as you guys are watching this, you guys begin to hear the shouts and cries of the crew beginning to like raise the ship.
I thought you were talking about the pirates.
No, you can kind of hear that, but it's deafened by the crew as they're beginning to like raise
all night.
as they raise their voice in victory. You two standing on the edge feel giant hands smack your shoulders as Jembar walks up to you and goes, "Now that was a fight. You are more than welcome on my ship anytime, my friends," as he turns around and begins shouting orders to everyone else to begin repairs on the ship.
So wait, do you go and check out that ship that just got wrecked down there? Like, do you ever go to see like, hey, what was going on with them? You know?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I'll ask Jembar.
Oh, okay.
he begins to answer as a secondary explosion.
He glances down at it, looks back at you, and goes, "It would take time to get to it, and by the time we get there, scavengers will probably strip anything worth value." So
that's fair. Are trappers going to be on our asses?
Trappers? the arcane authority. No, they will not be a problem. We are too
You're above it.
out of range for what they are.
You're above
Can
the
be
law.
prosecuted international airspace.
Something like that.
Nailed it.
But yeah, we are out of initiative. You guys made it through your first pirate attack.
That was
Comes another
nuts.
ship.
Yeah, here comes another ship.
Yeah. From the other side, a harpoon sticks out of Glyph's chest. He's dead.
Yeah, you were probably. What was your hit points?
hit points.
Ooh, yeah, you were
Not
close.
well.
All right, I think I was
Okay.
down to 3.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so we are out of initiative. So, let me go ahead and switch everything up.
Oh, hit the lights.
Yep, go ahead and hit the lights.
I was down to 3 before doing any damage to anyone.
Incredible.
That's how it works. Nope. All right, so as the adrenaline begins to die down, the crew begins to make its way to clean up the remainder of the. Make sure I'm still recording. I am still recording, thank goodness. The crew begins to make its way, picking up the corpses of the pirates that were on the ship that had been attacked or hurt. If you guys want to, yes,
I'd love to investigate.
sure, go ahead and make an
Do you
investigation
loot?
check as you loot the bodies.
Loot investigate. I'd like to, maybe we have a discussion about taking shifts on top deck. I mean, no offense to Jimba, but this whole crew kind of got, waylaid.
That's a
Yeah.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Anybody else gonna be doing this, or is it just
Yeah, well, I'd like to see if there's any like symbols or anything like indicators of where they're from.
so you're not
they're
looting.
with.
You're just investigating.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, with
Can I help with
I mean,
repairs?
Sure, you can have that with the prayers. We'll get to that. You're looking for valuables, I assume.
well, valuables, but also like
Okay.
symbols and things.
I just want to make sure if you're
We're multitasking.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I'd like to talk to Jimbar
Sure.
about. I mean, we don't have to role play it, but about the power structure that they have on the ship, like how they elect or come. How does a leader take over? How do they assign responsibilities within a group?
You mean
Organizational.
okay? Which you're asking, like who's in charge, or
How do they come to that agreement? Like, yeah.
well, in layman's terms, it's his ship, so he's the captain.
But is he okay? Cool. Is he elected?
No, it is a.
He's the
it's-
owner?
It's a. It's not a hierarchy. It's a. He is the son of a leader of the Great House, so technically, that it's inherited power. But it is his ship, so it's not like he just was given a ship. He's like, you're in charge now. It is his ship that he is in charge of. So it's his crew. It's his. Basically, he built the ship. He made his crew. This is his
Okay.
private ship.
It's a private ownership.
What did you roll for investigation?
16.
16. You find 30 gold on one of these pirates. You also find one of them has while most of them have been pretty much eviscerated or beaten to death by some form or fashion of a weapon. You see one of them is wearing a cloak that is surprisingly unmarred by its recent owner's death. Beautifully made. It's this. Essentially, it is a cloak that looks kind of like black, but the closer you look at it, it's almost like a bluish in texture. The inner coloration is also a dark, almost like a dark purple in design. Has these strange kind of like scrawlings that are kind of woven through the threading. So the stitching is beautifully done. Very well made. The tip of the hood comes to a little bit of a point, and it kind of covers it. The seam kind of comes across the front here, so the cloak would like flap over, but if you like drew it back, you'd still have like partial cloak across your front as well, so it like layers itself crisscross across the front. It's a beautiful cloak. Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
It's the cloak of your father.
Daddy.
It's Daddy's cloak.
Oh, that's a 6.
Dad.
6.
That's much more innocuous.
It is vaguely familiar.
Oh, snap.
Not from... The make of it is not from this side of the world.
Cool. Can I take it?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool.
He's not going to protest.
Yeah, he's not going to say anything. Go ahead and...
I'd like to study it later on.
Sure. Have Lucius Kane go ahead and roll a investigation check too, because I would assume he wants to try to find...
Oh.
While he's
some
doing
stuff.
that, I look around like, so what are we supposed to do with the bodies?
The crew assures you that they will take care.
to waste.
They will take care of the bodies. They are currently gathering them up.
We will have a lovely stew tonight.
I mean, it's your proclivity. You can ask.
Lucius rolled an 11.
Nah, we've got plenty of food.
11.
I don't want to make it weak.
He also finds 30 gold on one of them,
Okay.
Y'all learned that it would make it weird.
After the first time I
just
did
go
it,
ahead and
that
add that to his little inventory.
and that's all he finds because you rolled an 11.
Okay, and did it. Did I find any?
You're just investigating. You're not looting.
I mean, like if I find something in the meantime, like yes, I would take it, but I would mostly be like seeing like who their affiliation was.
Sure. Go and roll an investigation check for me.
Investigation. It's a 13.
13. You also find 30 gold pieces amongst your musings.
Okay.
And you do not... from what you could see, most of them look like they are a mishmash of uniformity and design. There doesn't seem to be any, like, symbol that says, proud member of such and such a group.
They weren't very sophisticated because they'd have buttons
Sure.
that says like, I completed the pirate program or something.
Yeah, none of that on there for some reason.
As she says, it's actually kind of a misnomer. You don't really need buttons. And I'd like to check his pockets and stuff.
Go ahead and roll.
More for just like a pocket brains of some kind. So that would be 20 unnaturally.
Investigation check?
Yeah.
You're looking for what specifically?
Papers, like essentially any sort of like intelligence.
You go to look for papers or documents or anything, don't find anything. Strangely enough, the satchel that he had like slung over, like strapped across his chest, doesn't have anything in it. It is surprisingly empty, but looks like it should be full.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of figuring it out. It's Arcana, 16.
16. This seems to be a extra dimensional holding device of some kind.
Right, so I'm gonna think. Actually, I don't really. Have I encountered a bag of holding before? I feel like I probably have.
I would say bag of holdings are not uncommon. I mean, they are uncommon, but they're not so uncommon that you wouldn't understand what it is.
Okay. All right. So I holler at everybody in the group and I say, "Hey, real quick, guys, can everyone come here for a second? We need to do a mental exercise. What I need you to do, I need you to put your hand in this bag, and I need you to think like a pirate for just a second, and try and pull out the pirate thing."
Minnows. Do I pull out any minnows?
You do not pull out any minnows.
Gold.
There's no minnows.
What'd you say?
Gold.
You do pull out 30 gold pieces.
Nailed it.
Put it in your hand there, thank you.
He's going to reach in again.
Good weapon.
You draw your hand up?
Yeah.
Yeah. What comes out is a finely made short sword. The handle is geometrically, very geometrically pleasing. Looks sturdy as all get out. Does not look very like, it's well balanced yet heavier than normal. Doesn't look like it's elven or like finesse design. It looks like a very sturdy stout blade. Something that a dwarf might build.
Nice.
But it definitely feels like it's well made, if not magically enchanted.
Ooh,
so
I like it.
you now have, if you want to put it in your inventory, you have a +1 short sword.
Nice. He puts that in his inventory and then reaches his hand and goes, epic weapon.
Do
you want to put your hand up?
Yeah.
The weapon that... I'm kidding. No, you don't get it. As you draw the scimitar... No, this is not.
Yeah.
All right, okay, all right. Let's see how vague this gets. Sentimental value, and I go to try to pull something out.
Roll a D100 for me.
Oh, what do we?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hold on, quit messing with it, and I'm going to try after she's done with hers, real quick. I'm gonna
22.
Roll a D4 for me.
4.
Give me just a second.
I hope it's a button.
22, you said?
Yeah.
I hope it's a button that says you tried.
You
Pirate buttons.
you pull out a leather strap that, as you keep pulling, comes till about 36 inches or so. There is a brass latch that is dangling on one end of it, and across the length of it, you can see pressed into it is very crude carvings.
Does it look like of any, I don't know, descent? Or like, is it like elvish, dwarvish? Or is it just like somebody carved some stuff on a leather belt?
It looks like... Make a intelligence check for me.
Okay.
Natural 19. Our bunny is failing her intelligence check because she's trying to chew on a plastic bag.
This looks like a kid drew it.
Any name or anything on it?
Yes.
What's the name?
Field.
Field. What the hell kind of name is Field?
F-J-E-L-D. Field.
Oh, that's what kind of name.
Scandinavian.
Well, life of crime don't pay, I guess.
Do we each get a turn to reach him?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I'll take mine after you.
So, I reach my hand in, not knowing what I'm gonna find, but for some reason, thinking of pirates and all that stuff kind of brought slight memories of my temple being raided. So I'm kind of thinking of home.
Sure.
When I reach in,
Religious symbols?
and then I pull my hand out. I don't know if I grab anything.
Turns out you can get real vague with this bag.
Show me religion!
Roll a D20 for me.
Nice.
Plus, no, 3.
Plus nothing. 3? No, nothing comes out.
Nothing.
Sorry.
It's like my home is nothing right now.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, if we're all taking turns, Okiana would definitely like to take a turn.
Sure. What do you try to get?
She's looking for something that, in theory, she could sell and turn a profit on.
Something of value. Roll a D20.
14?
14. Go and roll a D4 for me.
3?
3. Alrighty. Go ahead and roll a D100.
36?
36. You pull out a leather gauntlet. The carvings on this one much finer than the ones on the belt that Kenneth is now holding in her hands. The fingerless gauntlet, it comes about halfway up the forearm if worn by somebody, and the leather carving on the inside of it, it's a darker leather gauntlet, but the lighter kind of inlaid leathers that create the design look like ivy that is drawing up and around, kind of spreading up to the edges of the knuckles where your fingers would be.
Cool.
Beautifully done.
Cool.
And I'm thinking, for some reason, I feel like this guy might have been at least a little bit intelligent if he had a more or less never-ending bag.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna think for like notebook or pocketbook or spell book. Just I'm thinking through like the notebooks that I have. Yeah, kind of just books.
A book, you say?
Yeah, I'm thinking more specifically like the sketchbook that I have for like designs
Sure.
and drawings and machinations.
Roll a d20.
I will roll a 20-sided dice. 8.
Unfortunately, there is no books inside this bag.
Try your other hand.
Left hand books again.
He puts his other arm in as well.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna keep this bag of holding.
There you go.
Is there? Wait. There's a way to. Hold on. Will thinks this. I don't know if Paul or if Glyph would think this. Can't you turn a bag of holding inside out and everything comes out of it?
I want to say yes.
That
Talked
is
about it in
true.
other campaigns. I don't know if we've ever done it though.
I'm Googling it. Yes, if the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed.
Yeah.
You've just done that the whole time.
See, I'm just gonna do that, actually. Like,
Turn it,
after
shake
like
it out.
everyone else gets something and I pull my hand out and there's nothing, I'm like,
you and me are just
well, what
like-
the fuck am I? And I just,
Turn, shake
Yeah.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the rest of the stuff falls out. So, you find. Go ahead and roll a D100, a D4 followed by a D100 for me.
D4, that's
Yes.
a 4.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me go find. Let me pull my info back up here. D4. Okay.
And
D100.
74.
74. Just a second.
I'll give you pink ones if I find them. Okay, Starburst.
Are they actually pink M&Ms?
Oh, no, I was going for Starburst.
Oh, no, I was looking.
Oh, I don't.
I doubt it.
Give me just a second. Sorry. This is not working the way I wanted it to.
Starburst. Someday a sponsor? Yeah.
See, pink ones are not my favorite, so. Which is apparently a sin.
You pull out.
It's usually the yellow one.
You pull out a piece of as you turn it out and it falls to the ground. The only thing left in there is there's another like small pouch of gold, about 30 pieces of gold or silver collectively. The other thing that falls out of there is a chunk of 5-foot rope. Now this rope is a little different than what you normally see. It is like a thicker kind of knotted rope, but woven through it and giving it kind of this stiffer quality are pieces of metal. So almost like cable-like, but it's a mixture. It's like a hybrid of rope and metal kind of woven together. And it's 5 feet that, funnily enough, as it falls down, you can see both ends are capped with these kind of brass, like, caps on either end. So it wasn't just a chunk of 5-foot rope. It is intentionally a 5-foot piece of rope.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna spend some time investigating that.
Absolutely, you can. So we'll get to the mechanics of these things here in just a second. So, as the adrenaline of the day dies down, and you're all one by one congratulated and thanked by Jembar, and again, all promised a ride on his ship anytime.
We just made a friend. Someone write it down. Access to airship.
He sends the crew to finish their duties and sends everyone back to bed to get a long rest if need be to continue the rest of your journey. So, in the next 3 days, I need a perception check from somebody here in the group. Go ahead and roll.
I'll do it.
Nope, one person.
Oh, just one? Okay. Yeah, you do that.
Computer almost
Otherwise, it's like everybody's rolling multiple.
16.
16. Very good. All right, so no strange machinations happen during this next 3 days of journey. During that 3 days, Yana, I need you to go ahead and roll another history check for me.
Okay. Can I have advantage since I've been studying this cloak?
Sure, why not? Seems like fun.
18?
18. It comes to you on day 2. You've seen this cloak before. Way back when, in the early years of your life, before the circus, there was a group of people who swore... Ooh, there it is. She beat him to it. She didn't beat him to it. Who swore loyalty to the Vox Populi and did her bidding, scouring the land for secrets, and stealth. These individuals were known as the Susuri.
Can you spell that?
S-U-S-U-R-R-I. The Susuri. This is a well-traveled but well-made magical cloak of the Susuri. So you can put in your inventory, you now have a cloak of elven kind.
Oh, nice. Stealth Liz, activate.
It does give you a moment of pause, though. This is the first thing you've seen from home in a very long time.
Sad Liz, activate.
And it is also strange. Why would a cloak from Udall make its way all the way to the Brasslands on a pirate ship? Not all mysteries are meant to be solved. Kenneth, do you want to spend time with your leather belt, or are you just going to leave it?
Oh yeah, I want to spend time with this thing.
Okay,
I figure,
go ahead and
go
ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, I'm good at that. Lies. 11.
11. It's above a 10. We'll call it good. This gray leather belt, do you put it on at any point? Just curiosity.
I want to see if it fits. Snug it up,
As you wear it one day, just kind of like making sure it fits and everything, you realize after a couple hours that you feel a little lighter than you did before. And after doing some experimentation, a 10 will do that to you. You realize that this belt has upped your capacity to hold weight. The field belt, as it is called, increases your carrying capacity by 10 pounds.
I feel stronger than ever.
But yes, the childlike carvings on this belt were of sentimental value, which is why that's what you pulled when you reached in the bag.
I can finally get that dump truck I've been dreaming about.
My BBL is on its way. I can finally carry it.
Watch years from now in this campaign, Kenneth gets attacked, brutally murdered by somebody because they realized that was my papa's belt.
Oh no,
Papa!
I made that for him.
You, easily enough to study and figure this out, you find out at one point that there is Sylvan writing on this rope. Oh, sorry, not Sylvan, Dwarven. Sorry, my bad.
Okay,
I was thinking the wrong
speak
thing.
Dwarven, so it's perfect.
Dwarven. Easy enough to understand. There's a command word on here. You speak the command word, and you watch as the rope that's kind of laid, kind of twisted, kind of back and forth on the ground, immediately rolls and rolls into a straight line. Pick up the rope. It's solid, with the weight of metal. You have what's known as a knot rope, a K-N-O-T, or a knot wire, sorry. A knot wire. A 5-foot length of magical rope that turns to steel when the command word is spoken.
Oh my! So when the command word spoken, that thing gets dense. How heavy does it become?
It's like 5-foot steel.
It's like an inch in diameter. That's probably like 30, 40 pounds.
Yeah, it's like a 40, 45 pound piece of metal.
I was thinking bow staff for
does it become
to be,
erect?
but now it's too heavy.
Does it become erect when, like?
It can be, yes.
No, but does it become erect? Like if I twist it around someone and then say the command word, does it become straight once more?
It turns into a
so I
rod
can't
of steel.
wrap around, like have basically a wrap around like steel rod, like.
Actually, it does not specify that, so I like that theory. So we're gonna go with that. It turns to steel in whatever form you leave it at.
Ooh, that's
so if I wanted to like bind someone's feet together.
And then speak the command word, you now have handcuffs.
What's the command
That
word?
sounds a lot better than the stupid description, so I'm going to go with your description, Preston. Thank you for showing up just at the right moment.
That's awesome.
Welcome back.
I did so well during the combat. I killed so many people.
You did
That
great.
could become super handy.
One person.
And you healed another.
Heck, what?
You healed someone.
Yeah, for 3 points.
Yeah, how do you have healing hands? I gotta figure out
I'm
that.
Azamar.
Yeah, but I don't know if Lucius Kane would have healing.
Pull that one out of your Asimar.
It says on the sheet.
Nevertheless, no, it's fine.
When I spend some time with my weapon,
You have a +1 short sword.
but you've got to do the music and talk in that voice you do when you're describing things.
Do you turn it into your packed weapon?
Effing do not.
Then there really isn't some roleplay to do that. It's just a well-made dwarven sword that is, let's throw some roleplay in
I mean,
here.
it's a monk weapon. You could use that.
Roll a history check for me.
Yes, you got it.
I feel like you would give it to me.
I feel like your character would do this.
100%. If it's a weapon a monk can use, it is going to BD.
Yeah, short sword, I got that.
Wisdom. Wait, history. You said, sorry. 17.
17. This very likely could be made by one of the dwarves that used to live near the labs. Hard to tell.
Ooh.
Sentimentality.
Can I give it to him to see if he recognizes it better? He does actually speak Dwarven.
Yeah.
So he'd be more familiar with them.
Yeah, you don't need
Go
to
ahead and
roll.
pull something out of your ass. I'll put my
don't really need to roll for it, but for the most part,
Moav.
it's...
Wait, your monocles? You have 2 individual monocles?
That's what glasses are.
Here's the thing. At first, he was
It was
just
a
one-eyed.
It was a pince nez, but it broke. He snapped it.
Yeah, there weren't many dwarves at Vic Ferran whenever you guys were there, but it was a dwarven mining town at one point, so
Okay,
it's possible. And you did see a lot of stuff left by the dwarves, weapons, armor, all kinds of stuff, so... And it looks like something they would have made, so you never know. There's a possibility.
Hey, Tabidi.
Food for thought.
Yeah. What's up?
You want to play with this?
And he hands him the short sword.
Hey, kid.
I imagine you toss it to me and then I like catch it with a puff of air and it
Yeah.
just slowly sends into
Totally.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You now
Like a
have...
tomahawk.
Yeah, I launch it at his head and he just catches it with a puff of air.
You now have a +1 short sword.
Yeah, cool. We both have a +1 short sword now.
All right, so 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to do one more stretch of travel after those 3 days. We'll do one more stretch of travel before you guys arrive at Mecca City. So one more perception check from somebody, please.
I'll do it this time.
All right.
The extra 10
I'm not
pounds
going to do them anymore.
does wonders for the eyes.
Well, because you have like a
Does.
minus.
14.
14.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Everything seems good to go. A little bit of inclement weather, but nothing too hard, nothing too difficult for the crew of the Emerald Treader to avoid. After many days of travel, 15 to be exact, you all wake up one morning to the sound of the crew shouting and giving orders. As the ship begins to descend, you feel the air beginning to grow warmer as it dips out of the sky. Coming onto the top deck, you all begin to look out and see the sun is beginning to rise above these large foothills that kind of line this stretch of land out in front of you. You're still several miles off, so you can kind of begin to see in its enormity. You can see these large foothills, maybe 200, 300, 400 feet in height, kind of stretching off to one side of the valley below you. You can see one of these foothills looks like it was taller at one point, but after many, many years, or whether by nature or by man, it has become this kind of almost like a quarry style like mountain where there's just nothing but tumbling rocks just coming off it in a constant just kind of digression of whatever it was. You remember in Colorado that one side of the mountain we climbed, it was just nothing but rocks straight up.
Such a pain to climb.
A scree, thank you. It looks like, but imagine one entire, no side of it is not filled with rocks.
What's funny is that Drew just made that word up.
A giant slag pile.
Yes. Nestled amongst the other foothills of this mountain range, it looks like. But that does not catch your attention as much as the sun catching now the shining symbol of science and magic in the Brasslands. This is Mecca City, a sprawling metropolis stretching out in front of you as far as you can see. Nestled up against the side of this mountain range, you can see stacks of white smoke billowing up into the sky itself, creating almost its own cloud line along this mountain range. Miles and miles of sprawling cityscape, all glinting and glistening with this brass kind of sheen to it all. It is breathtaking for some of you. It is mind-boggling for others. And for some, you may have seen it a time or two. But this miles long, 2, 3, 4 miles of just nothing but a city, a massive sprawling city. You can see kind of poking up between some of the topography of this place, there appear to be some taller steeples in some areas, some larger kind of buildings that tower above the rest. You can distinctly see 4 larger buildings, almost castle-like in their design, multiple floors, and even from miles away, they're easy to make out. That tower above the rest, located in 4 different locales in the city, but they themselves pale in comparison to the one house that sits in the exact middle of this city. And the city itself is almost circular in design. It seems like everything kind of ripples out from the middle of this city. And sitting in the middle, clad in bright coppery brass texture, almost gold, and white marble stone, is a massive building that towers up, almost touching the clouds that the factories have made off near the mountain ranges. As you all kind of take it in and see it, to those who have been here before, you recognize that as the House of the Brass Lord, the pinnacle of leadership and power here at the Brass Lands.
I get a small vibration in my pocket, and I whip out this remote with a giant red button on it, and I press it.
It immediately collapses.
Let's go. I was the bad guy the entire time.
Oh, wow.
You spoiled the BBG 10 episodes in. Great. Good for you.
It's always a warlock.
Every time. It really is in our campaign.
I'm nice about it. My bad.
But
we all sail off in the other direction.
You see the city itself. You also notice, as you guys begin to descend closer, there is a constant stream of what looks to be smaller airships and other floating devices that create almost these grid patterns across the skies above Mecca City.
Coruscant?
Exactly like Coruscant. Just a constant stream of these tiny, from your perspective, these tiny little vehicles or machines that are flying back and forth all in a uniformed grid-like pattern, but covering the top of the city in some areas. It is massive. As you guys descend, you can see the city spreading further and further out. The walls of the city at one point probably encompass the city as a whole, but there are some areas where the population has spilled out and beyond them and created kind of these other cities themselves, essentially, on the sides. The most noticeable off to the farthest end of the mountain range, this kind of smaller, kind of lower area, almost like a valley within the valley, that is covered in almost like a red dust, kind of in stark contrast to the brass shininess of the city itself. There seems to be just kind of this like dust bowl off just beyond the walls of the city. But that's all taken in the few moments that you have to see this as the ship, the Emerald Treader, begins to descend lower and lower and lower before touching down on one of the air harbors here, which are in and of themselves massively tall, almost crane-like structures with large kind of flat surfaces where the ships can land next to them and still stay suspended in the air instead of landing in the sea, as in the Copper Cove's prerogative. But you guys land on these at this dock. You are immediately, people begin to disembark. The crew begins their tasks of taking stuff down, reloading stuff, getting supplies, getting whatever you need. And you guys are free to disembark and head into Mecca City itself.
Okay, guys. I know this great soup dumpling place just down the road.
Hold on. Jimbar, where is he? I'd like to talk to him.
Sure.
How long are you gonna stay at this here port? Are you just gonna head right back immediately, or are you hanging out here for a while?
I do not have plans to leave anytime soon. This is my home. My father's house is here, House Zahavi. You are more than welcome to visit if you want. Dinner. I must insist you have dinner one of these
nights.
Yes,
I must insist we have dinner.
Good. It's free, guys. Come on. We have to do it.
Get comped, all like that.
I love that. Is there anything we can bring? Do you need like a side salad or?
It is not necessary. My mother will make more than enough food.
All right. Moms are good at that.
Would you suggest any lodgings that we might partake in?
There are several within the city if you have the coin or have the need, but let me think. Go ahead and pull it up here. He provides you with 2 locations that that are known: the Proud Bucket Bar. And the Noble Lantern Pub. two larger establishments that he says are tells you guys that they are in the. He says, if you make your way towards the center of the city, surrounding the great house, you will find the Tin District. That is where most of the shops and the lodging are for.
The Teen District?
The Tin District, Tin.
Ah, not the teens. Okay, good.
The Tin District. That's where most of the people, if you have the coin, can rest comfortably and for longer periods of time.
And if you don't have the coin, could we stay on your ship?
That's not a bad idea.
It's okay, guys. I'll pay for our lodging.
We have the coin. Thank you.
I never slipped like I slipped in one of those hammocks before, though.
I'm telling you.
Like, was it good?
I was soothed. like a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing. What are the odds? I'm not saying that someone's going to come looking for us, but if someone comes looking for us, what are the odds that they're like, hey, I know where we're going to find him. A giant airship. I don't think anyone would really
Who's
look
looking for us? We ain't done nothing.
The ship will not be docked here indefinitely. The ship will probably leave at some point, so
we
you
could
can
be
stay.
asleep on it when it goes.
Yeah, I was say you could.
Okay, so for future
Be
reference,
stowaways for another adventure that I haven't planned for yet.
I rummage into my bag and I whip out, like, you hear a bunch of bottles clanging together, and I give one healing potion to Kazidi, and I give one to Zeph.
Thanks.
That was the clanking you heard as he ran past you and gave you 3 points of healing during the fight.
I don't know what came over me. I decided to just be weird and use something kind of borderline useless. So
I feel
okay.
blessed with a question mark.
Why do you say that out loud?
Yeah, mate, I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The question mark was not out loud. I feel blessed.
Sorry.
Upward inflection. There you go. You got it.
I don't. What?
Yeah, so like I tell him thank you, and then after he turns around, I give my potion of healing to Zeph also, because I like open my pack and reveal all of the cure wounds bandages that I have.
There you go.
I could, if I needed to, I could probably take care of me, but
Good to go.
You can't, so you can't.
But
mine.
the city is yours. What would you like
Let's
to do?
Let's get more stuff for healing potions.
I just wanna check out of character. A few episodes ago, I did say that Zeph spent some time doing medic duty, and I'm wondering if we're gonna revisit that.
I mean, when we level up, you can get a feat called Medic, where you can get a 1d6.
That would be where you get the.
Ew, I hate that. I like the type.
What is leveling up? I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Are you guys still level 3?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you really still level 3?
Yeah.
All right. Should probably give you guys a level at some
Yeah,
point.
you should. I really should.
Beat a pirate
I'm
ship.
so like
Michelle, bat your eyes at him.
Level 6.
No, you look like you're trying to tell us you're in trouble.
Yeah. Look like you're distressed.
You were gonna get it, and then you did that.
Okay.
How the hell did Michelle become level 13?
It's weird.
You just powered up. But you gotta yell like in.
Super Saiyan. Takes you 13 episodes to do it, though. All right.
Damn it.
That's why you haven't leveled up. You still have 2 episodes for your...
No, please, no.
We've got so long yet.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Dang.
Level up.
Can we make? Since I have an herbalism kit, everyone uses it for healing potions. But what about other potions?
Oh, like essential oils?
Absolutely.
I do like lavender.
Like I want to make like a haste potion or something, or a potion that just makes you, I don't know, crazy.
You should do that after we secure lodging.
It's okay. I'll just spend money somewhere and we can get lodging.
What I like, what?
Oh, sorry. Out of character.
Oh, I like the name of the noble
Lantern.
Noble Lantern?
What about the bucket place?
Absolutely.
I bet you it's more expensive than the bucket place.
Yeah, the bucket place sounds like the common man's.
No.
Oh, you know what?
What are the price differences?
Is there somebody maybe I could ask?
Sure. For what?
Listen, common folk, I fit among them, and they are usually pretty kind to me as long as I'm not dangerous. I'm going to ask him, hey, between these 2 establishments, which one?
Who are you talking to?
Just a person I find on the street.
Who do you find?
You know what? A strapping young man.
Hi. You see a strapping young man who is currently looks like he's putting like compost or something in a flower bed next to a small shop.
That's nice.
Like manure?
Hey, listen. I don't mean
Hi, sugar. How you do today?
I don't mean to. we from the same place, aren't we? Listen, I don't want to
It's
interrupt.
Dixie Stampede.
Well,
My mother's name is
probably
Dixie.
do fight for this.
My dad's name's CMP.
Side.
That's crazy.
You know,
Hey, listen, I gotta ask you a question while you're doing all this work. I don't mean to interrupt, but between these two establishments, the gutter bucket and the
no, that's not it.
Royal.
No, Proud
Proud
Bucket Bar
Bucket.
and the
It's called the
Noble
potluck
Lantern
bucket.
Proud Bucket and Noble Lantern.
Between those two places, which one would you suggest we go to, and what's the major difference, if you know?
I mean, price-wise, it really doesn't have a big difference. Most of the places around here keep a pretty flat fee to make it easier for people to find accommodation.
That's
Otherwise,
nice.
one place would be swamped, the other place wouldn't have anything. Really, just depends on your taste for adventure, I guess. The Proud Bucket is owned by an adventurer, a former adventurer who's got so many stories. It's in ad nauseum in some instances.
Proud Bucket keep on turning.
I understand what you mean there. It's a little job. It's pretty funny. The Noble Lantern is it's a good establishment, but they definitely are one of the few that allow gambling. So there's a lot of the gambling folk that come in late at night to that one. So it gets a bit more crowded. But the Proud Bucket's a great homey place. There is one other place that's nearby too. If you're interested in one, it's known as the Hearty Brothel. Now I know it sounds weird, and there are there are a few call girls that come in and out of that place. They got to make ends meet, but it's got the homiest little places to sleep if you want to.
Oh, mate, you're talking about soups and sluts.
They do have them there. We don't like to call it that. Its true name is the Hearty Brothel, obviously. But it is a great establishment to stay in if you want
One
to.
important question. Do any of them have hammocks?
They
Well, I'm
definitely
sure you
have
could-
hammocks.
I'm sure you could put hammocks in.
Is there like a premium like hammock
No, I didn't
experience?
say swing or sling or strap.
Oh,
No,
I have no clue what
Hammocks
you're
have to have
talking about.
straps, Drew. You have to have straps on
I
the
just
hammock.
found out
though.
what sex
You can't
Hardy
just-
Brothel does have a
can't-
swing, but it costs extra.
You can't just lay
Is that
a hammock on the
Arnold
ground and then it's just a rug.
A really poorly made rug.
Poorly designed rug, apparently.
Hold on, hear me out. Actually, we need
It
to.
was soups and stoots, by the way.
I think we
That's what I
have to
wrote
go to the
down,
Hardy
'cause
Brothel.
Well, I
We
think
have to.
I think if you let me talk,
there's
I
no
think
way.
there's a good reason to go there. I feel like we've kind of got to try and get a bead on Finlow, and we're not going to find a good bead on him at an uppity duppity place.
True.
I think we need to go where the skis
Have you
are.
never hung out at gambling tables before?
That's what I was saying. That place or the Hearty Brothel, either one.
But like I will say though that like the women that work there and stuff probably have like the most information because like
All big facts.
they get like everyone like this is where you go to relax to have catharsis and that's where you get all the information.
What's the brothel?
You know what they say, harlots talk.
Broth, soup.
Harlots listen.
That's what I meant.
Harlots
It's
listen.
very hearty
Always speaking
soup
out of the
that they
whispering
serve.
eye.
Good
as it
restaurant.
were.
I hate you.
And logic.
Hey, well, listen, I
Can I
appreciate
shoot
all
myself?
you done for us.
Did you make it?
Thank you for all your
Nothing happened.
information. I hope you have the most blessed day.
What was your name,
You know what?
fella?
Right back at you. What's that?
What was your name, fella?
Dixie. Stampede.
My name is Randall.
Chili.
Randall what?
You want my surname as well?
Well, yes.
Your name is Sir
Randall. Randall Parton.
Randall Parton.
Yeah, I was... Okay, that checks out. Yep.
Does it? It makes sense.
I shake his hand, thank him for the information.
Thanks for the information. I threw him a
Happy
gold.
to help.
Good luck with the whole rising again thing. I believe in you.
Absolutely.
I have 38.
Appreciate
Put it in
you.
there.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Any
you.
more to throw around?
All right, I throw a gold at him.
Well, you have just the best day ever, don't you?
All right, tell your mama and your
Wait.
folks I say hi.
Does your... Oh, never mind. Does... You know his mum?
Wait,
No, I'm just presuming.
Hey, Randy. Sorry, can I call you Randy?
You can call me whatever you want.
All right, beautiful. I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. So, anyways, is there
Even
like
your
a
patron's going, what are you doing?
He's like wingmanning me. He's like,
Bro, what are you doing?
You're blowing this, stay the course.
I dab up my patron. You know.
You're acting too thirsty.
No, speaking of thirsty,
Make a
is there
thirst
like
check.
any alchemy shops or whatever nearby?
Alchemy shops.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple different places that sell kind of alchemy things. Most of them are more general store areas. Let me think. Most of it's going to be in the tin district if you're looking for it. Somebody who might have some alchemy stuff would be the Moon Sisters.
I feel like I've
excuse me,
never
what?
really known Calvin
The Moon Sisters?
as well as I know him when he's speaking in that voice.
Thank you, Moon Sisters.
It feels real.
I hate you. Snuck this in there, huh?
Yeah, I sure did.
What?
That's just...
When's the last time you blinked?
He wrote that in his notes last week.
I did not see it.
But there's plenty of other shops in the Teen District if you're looking for something.
Yeah, no, I think we might at some point. But guys, I feel like right now we're on a bit of a time crunch that we might be up to 15 days behind on. I think there might be some things that take priority.
To the brothel!
I mean, either that or the gambling.
Or the gambling. Do you want to gamble? Eliana, you want to gamble? You want to gamble?
Of course I do.
Oh!
Discretion, can we stay at the brothel and gamble at the
Yes.
gambling hall?
Yes. I'll
I
cover
assume
everyone.
that would be a possibility.
Besides the gambling, that I just know is a waste of money. I'm gonna do it though.
What's gambling?
You know.
You
it's
don't
a waste
gamble,
of
you just
money.
throw money at
Yeah.
people.
Huh? No, they did a service and I'm
like
compensating
what I
them for
would
it.
Is this how you gamble?
Kind of, a little bit.
He's saying for the coin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to the gambling hall, and I think that's probably where we'll stay. Maybe we go to the Hearty Brothel if we, luck runs out.
We have multiple days, so.
I was
So
about
you
to
guys
say,
are
we could
you guys are
stay
going to the
once at
Noble
each.
Lantern Pub.
Yes, that's
Okay.
where we'd like to stay, and we're gonna
Stay.
So you guys
for at least a night.
for tonight at least. So you guys make your way to the Noble Lantern Pub as you guys weave through this area of the city, kind of on the outsides of it before you reach the main gates themselves. Walking underneath the large arch of this city, you can see now as you begin to walk into it, it is alive with individuals and sounds that just kind of fill the air around you. The sound of chatter left and right, the sound of carts and vehicles moving all throughout. You can see as you walk through, everything seems to kind of shine with this exterior inlay of brass or copper in some way, shape, or form. Everything just has kind of like a layer of metal on it somewhere. The buildings, sometimes the streets themselves, the carts made of wood but maybe with a wheel made of metal, the buildings maybe with like a door that is half wood half metal inlay in some way, shape, or form. It's overwhelming in some areas. The population itself, you can kind of see, is pretty standard. There looks to be a majority of humanoid forms of various sizes, shapes, and designs. You can see finer features on some of them, pointed ears on others, giving elven descent to some of these things. A few shorter individuals, maybe halfling or dwarven, but again, for lack of a better term, there's not a lot of exotic races that you see in and about here. Most of it is humanoid. There are a few orcs that you'll see here and there, or half-orc individuals, but that's about the extent of it. It's if you're looking, you don't see them right away.
So I stick out like a sore thumb.
At this point, absolutely
And
you do.
these two for sure.
And even the Dragonborns, but you've always stuck out like sore thumbs.
Yeah,
to
we're
me,
kind of used to it. Most people are like, oh my god, you're from the Draconian Ordinance.
We love you. Give me your
One thing you do notice that does stand out on a lot of the humanoids is some of them aren't fully humanoid. And by that I mean that you see some people that walk around with maybe what looks to be their arm is, they look normal, their arm looks normal, but upon closer inspection, some of their arms are metal.
Winter Soldier.
Or mechanical in design. Or some of them you see a gentleman whose lower extremity is definitely still his hand, but from his elbow up to his shoulder, it's like a brass arm. You see another individual, looks to be female, her left leg and upper and left chest all encased in like slightly different colorations of like brass or copper. Seems to kind of carry herself with a little bit of limp on that side, but like I said, almost entire left side of her body is metal. You see another individual, his shaven head kind of shines in the now rising light of midday, and you can see it's not gleaming because of sweat. The top of his head is metal. There seems to be a overwhelming amount of individuals kind of in throughout this population that have modifications of some shape or type. You two, go ahead and roll a history check for me to see if you can get more in depth on this.
So we can.
21, blackjack.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gambling
I
yet.
got +0.
You fool.
11.
11. Easy enough to do. You're collaborating on these informations.
Yep, nailed it.
These are
Now, what
known.
do you remember?
These are known at most of them would call themselves humanoid or half elf or halfling or whatever you want to call it. But more and more often, these people have begun to call themselves under a different type of person known as a graphid.
What the hell?
Spell, please.
GRAPHID. A graphid.
What that is?
Essentially, it is, for lack of a fantastical term, it's part cyborg.
Sweet.
They have whether by trade or by necessity, have replaced parts of their natural organic form with more rigorous and longer lasting metal pieces.
Okay, so how do I get one?
We tried to do it to Glyph one time, but his appendage just grew back.
Yeah, it was kind of
What?
weird. Yeah, so my tail, they chopped it off. They're like, hey, what if we gave you a metal tail and I could use it,
It was
almost
sick.
like a
It had like
kickstand?
a scorpion stinger on it, and
It was very cool. Don't get me wrong, I like my tail, but this one would have been a little bit better. But
Does it hurt conduit, like being a conduit for magic at all? Like when you replace your organic self with the inorganic?
oh no,
Well,
it's
well, no,
not
so,
magical at all.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
you have,
here's
like-
the thing. It's just a natural ability to regrow just my tail. So
Okay.
like they chopped it off in the evening, slept on it. The
Okay.
next morning, already had 18 inches of tail.
So if I cut off your tail right now,
Tomorrow morning, I'd have about a foot and a half of tail.
okay, that's cool.
I mean, I'd prefer
Yeah, so
if you
give him
didn't.
a-
It
give him a
hurts. It's a
I
part
would-
of me.
I'm not gonna do that.
You have to admit, and when it's fully grown within about a week, it's very nice and shiny and new.
It's a nice tail. It looks good. Yeah.
As the party finishes this conversation, you have now made your way past the populations of this city, and after almost an hour of walking, you've now made your way deeper into the city, where the populations get more dense, but the residents get more sparse, as there is now other districts, and you now find yourselves in what you assume to be the Tin District, where everything turns into more shops and stores of various types and designs. There seems to be this is the place where everything gathers, and you can see you find yourselves again near the middle of the city, where the towering Brass Lord Keep is again towering above everything around you. But out here, it seems to be this is where the locals and travelers gather to trade and buy and sell. You are in the Tin District, but you can see that there are several places to stay and to eat, and you can see there are dozens, if not, I was going to say hundreds, but that's inaccurate. There are dozens of places
If not
that you
more
could stay,
Baker's
and rest if you wanted to. Taverns, inns of all shapes and sizes. But after asking around, you guys are able to find yourselves passing through what everyone's calling the scrap market, which is the open air bazaar of the city. About 200 yards from side to side, this place is full of tents and carts of all kinds, where people again buy, sell, trade, and even barter their wares here in the in Mecca City. The scrap market is directly adjacent to the walls of the Brass Lord's Keep, and it is, for most of the day, overshadowed by the keep itself, casting a large shadow across the scrap market. But just across the other side of the scrap market, you are directed to none other than the Noble Lantern Pub. You can hear the sound of individuals kind of going in and out throughout the day. It seems like people are stopping to eat food here. Walking in, there doesn't seem to be a lot of patrons here, but the ones that are here seem to be eating their food and having a pretty good time. This two-story building is standing out amongst the rest of the brass and copper tones of this city, in that it has a blue shingled roof that kind of stands out amongst. It's a pleasant color, a little faded if not from the constant beating of the sun, but as you walk in, the first thing you notice is impossibly clean. It is floor to ceiling everything has a place and everything is in its place. The smell, even the air itself, does not have the smell of wet wood or stale breads and ale. It smells clean.
I start to cry. I start to mist up a little bit.
Oh my god! And as you guys step through the large kind of like swinging door that kind of swings from both ways, kind of opens up into the pub itself, and you hear the little bell jingle as it opens up, ding ding ding, as you guys step into the pub itself.
Mr. Clean.
I didn't know if anyone was going to notice that. Inspiration for that.
Thank you.
As you all step in, you can see again. There's maybe probably 8 or 9 patrons kind of sitting down eating food. You can see looks to be 2 humanoids kind of mingling in and out, setting down drinks, setting down food, kind of making their way. They kind of nod at you all as you step in, and you can see standing at the bar itself, this kind of longer bar. You can see an individual standing probably 7-8 feet tall, wearing kind of this long, kind of brown and white tunic. And they're up there just kind of like slowly cleaning a bottle, and they look up at you and kind of wave as they see you all come in. Standing taller than most people, their arms come down to maybe half their torso. Their head is shaven clean with looks to be kind of a little bit of hair kind of maybe slightly growing in the back, and their slightly pointed ears kind of give credence to the fact that they are maybe elven descent. Hard to tell.
When you say arms halfway down the torso, are we talking about little short, like...
Their arms are much shorter than they should be.
Okay.
Arms are much shorter than they should be. But you can see...
Does he have mech legs?
You cannot see them. They are... His tunic covers all of his body.
Oh my gosh, it's 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
As you walk up, he kind of looks to you guys and... Afternoon to you. What can I do? Welcome to the Noble Lantern Pub. My name is Finn. What can I do for you?
Finn what? What's your last name?
Finn?
Finn.
Yes,
everyone just calls me Finn. I don't really use a last name. Don't need one.
Finn High or Finn?
We salute Finn at your service. This is an immaculate establishment.
We're the clients.
Yep, immaculate. That's the word I would use.
Thank you very much. I take pride in how well clean my establishment is.
Do you do this by yourself or just like a staff?
Oh, we have some employees here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm Lucius, by the way. Here.
Pleasure to meet you, Lucius.
Ah, nice. Pretty cool. This guy's pretty cool.
Can I get you anything? Drinks, food? What can we do for you?
I would like 1 alcohol.
1 alcohol.
Could we see the rooms that you have to let?
Of course. We have plenty of room. How many would you be needing?
How many fits in a room?
At least
comfortably.
2.
Yeah, 2 comfortably, I would say, could fit in some of our rooms.
We need at least 2 rooms.
Wait, what? No.
Well, they're not large by any means. It's mostly for...
I have this thing.
We can get some larger ones if we can. We have a few larger spaces up top we could turn into a sleeping arrangement if that's just what you want.
If we could get a couple,
that'd be handy.
Like maybe 1 for 8 or 2 for 4.
Would it be 6 of you? I could probably find a place for 6 of you if you
okay,
want
what
to.
about 7? I'll put my back.
He can be in the corner.
He likes the bed, though.
There actually is a true 7.
And
that just like
for whose sake?
Pat on pothole. I'm like, he doesn't take a lot of space.
How much on you have there? Pothole's his name, is it?
Yeah, he's all right.
Liquor him up.
We're not gonna do that.
Tomatoes don't drink, do they?
Oh, he does.
This one does.
No.
Yeah, he's technically. Is he technically?
He puts on a real show. He'll
No.
Why isn't he a graphic?
Right.
Because he's not part.
I could probably fit 6 or 7 of you in one of the larger rooms upstairs. It'd take us better half of the day to get it all gussied up for you, but we could definitely do it.
I bet you could have friends.
That's perfectly fine.
Sure.
I'm sure.
I run standard rate is be 2 silver a night for the room.
This will be fine.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'll give him a gold from the pouch that we got from the dead pirate.
Certainly.
For at least a couple days.
Absolutely. This will give you 3 or 4 days. Absolutely. Happy to help. And anything you need, just ask.
Well, actually, we heard a whisper that there may or may not be a little bit of a dice rolling, a card shuffling going on here.
Oh, yes. The Noble Lantern Pub is well known for its gambling establishment. We usually wait until after sunset to start opening up the gambling tables, to let the populace. But you're more than welcome to set up games and stuff. We can We've got a few tables near. If you turn around the corner here, and as he kind of points, you can see that the front of the bar kind of takes up kind of the front half of this building, and it kind of almost like a upside down L kind of loops around to the other side. So there's like longer tables out here in the front where people are sitting, 4 or 6 people per table. But around the other side, you can hear kind of the sound of like more muttering and more stuff. And it looks like it turns into almost kind of like bookstore-ish, where it's more like, or like a Starbucks in a bookstore-esque, where it comes to like maybe 2 seats per table. And it looks like there's some other like longer tables and stuff there. So it looks like the gambling seems to happen. That's near the casino-esque area. Jeez. The casino, I just smacked the microphone.
That's for you, audience.
It's where most of the gambling happens, but it expands into the main room when the sun goes down. So that's when most of our clientele come in. But you're more than welcome to head in there. We got some cards, some games, all kinds of stuff.
What tend to be the most popular games?
Well, here at the Noble Lantern Pub, we actually invented one of the gambling games. It's quite popular here in Mecca City. It's called Devil's Dice. Have you heard of it?
Tell me more.
Yes, I have.
Well, have you?
I'd like to make a perception check.
Make a perception check.
Insight.
All right, I'm making a perception check.
Insight, I think I
can't read this freaking dice. 17.
Oh, too bad. I got a natural 17 minus 2 of 15.
Yeah, he knows what Devil's Dice is.
Yeah, but...
Really? What is it? This sounds great.
So, you got...
The devil himself.
And some
Can I roll a straight up? Can I roll a straight up like luck check or like intelligence check or something?
No, you have nothing to go off.
I know.
No prior.
I think you have to lie to me.
You have got to improv.
Roll high variant dice.
I'm improving right now. I'm rolling for improv.
That's a dice. That's not an
18.
improv.
18.
Yeah.
You know it has something to do with 3 dice.
So you got 3 dice.
Oh, you have played Devil's Dice. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I have to use the restroom. Do you know where the restroom is?
Like, certainly, right around the corner.
Okay, cool. You explain. I gotta go.
Right.
Yes, could you please explain?
So basically, Finn breaks it down for you and explains that Devil's Dice is a game where you place your bets and roll a die. Essentially, what happens is that you place your bet of however much gold you want, and you roll a d6. What then the dealer does, the dealer then rolls 3d6. If any of his dice match your die, you get that number back in multiplier to what your bet is. So basically, if you roll a 4 on your dice, and I roll 2 4s, it's now doubled. If I roll 3, it's now tripled.
And if you roll none...
If you roll none, you lose at that point. But that's if none of them match. If none of them match, but it's a large party thing. So everyone bets and everyone rolls a die, and if any of them match, then you get.
I'm no math magician, but this sounds really tricky.
Magician.
But that is the house game, and there are other gambling games here that you could definitely play. But that is the game that is invented here at the Noble Lantern.
I think it might be a good idea to go upstairs and unpack, and then come down when it gets pretty lively.
Certainly, you're more than welcome. You give us a couple hours to set up the room for you. You're more than welcome to stay down here and eat, get a drink if you want. Welcome to peruse around the rest of the Tin District. We've got a lot of interesting things out there, but give us about 4 hours per se, and we'll have the rooms ready for you.
Are there any training facilities for fighters around here?
Training facilities?
Yeah.
Well, not here in the Tin.
Gym.
Not here in the Tin District. Any training facilities would most likely be, most likely in the Carbon District, where most of the municipal places are.
Thank you.
Is there a blood district?
I'm sorry?
A blood district? Has
No,
iron in it. There's no blood.
No blood district. There is an iron district if you.
Oh,
there's
not
not much.
Is.
No, well, no, there's no iron district. It's the iron pen. If it really, it's the
pen of blood.
No, it's the jail. If you
Hey,
get
chill
arrested,
on it,
you get
buddy.
thrown in the iron pen.
I just like freaking people out. It's really funny.
Just chill. Blink once in a while.
Wait, was that
I did blink. I'm
was
blinking
that-
right now.
I'm proud of you.
But
I can't tell if we're talking to Preston or
Lucius is an aspect of me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the old pawn shop kind of across the street, the old buy sell trade. I'm gonna have to roleplay it tonight, but I might do some perusing, see what's over there.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask Finn a question at some point.
Certainly. What can I do for you?
Let me see your legs.
No, please ignore them.
My legs?
I just wanted to see if you had robot legs. I'm sorry.
No, you're.
Oh no, miss, I don't have robot legs. I'm just a misproportioned halfling. You know how it goes.
I don't. That's cool though.
You're beautiful as you are.
An acquaintance of my family's I had once heard was perhaps back in the city. Name of Henry Finlow. Do you happen to know or to have heard of them?
Finlow. Nope, name doesn't ring a bell. Sorry about that.
Is he lying?
Inside check.
Yeah, inside check.
Go. I'm not making an inside check. My friend is though. Oh dang, that's pretty good. 10. That's double digits.
Alright.
Could
Hard to read.
also roll an insight check? That was stopped by the candy, but that's fine.
Stopped by the candy.
4.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
Like that.
Seems like he's speaking.
Nice candy. Have a drug problem.
But nevertheless, for the next 4 hours, you guys are welcome to peruse and explore as your room is being prepared at the Noble Lantern Pub. Is that what I said?
Yeah,
Noble Lantern Pub. Noble Lantern Pub. As that is where we're going to end tonight's episode and resume next week as you have made it to Mecca City and now begin
level
the hunt.
level 4.
Yes, and now
That's what happens when you beat some pirates.
yeah.
Dude.
Oh wait, we interrupted Calvin's goodbye.
You'll get to level 4 this week, and you'll go ahead and launch into next week, continuing your investigation to find Henry Finlow. But thank you guys so much for playing. Preston, thank you for coming in later, but playing. Whoa! Love you so much. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to the 2 people that have vocalized that they actually are listening to this podcast. We love you so very much. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Kisses.
Thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus. I hope you had as much fun listening as we did making this for you. You can catch new episodes each Monday on whatever podcasting platform you use. And while you're there, leave us a review if you want. It actually helps us out. We've got socials too. You can follow us on Reddit at r/WildMagicSchoolBus, send us a subtweet at WildMagicSchoolBusPod, or follow our Instagram at WildMagicPod. Either way, stop by and say hi. We're always happy to meet new friends. See you next time.
Calvin's really trying to find ways the opening line's
I
going to
don't
be.
have an opening line.
Say something
Another
sexual.
good one would have been that couldn't have possibly happened in 6,000 years, Drew.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, the problem is we've been talking too much about serious stuff and we need to do some jokes.
Yeah.
We need to
Facts.
get some
We had
funnies.
to get, yeah.
Non-mean funnies.
Okay. I'll think of one.
Usually something weird and sexual.
Yeah, usually something. Calvin!
Hey,
Oh, wait, I thought you were saying Calvin was something weird and sexual.
I mean,
wait.
That's no.
Did you guys hear that Seth Rogen was convicted of being a spy?
No.
Yeah, he's being charged with high treason. Start it up. Let's go.
High treatment. I get the high part.
Being a spy for like another country.
Yeah, but he's not a spy. It's a joke.
No, it's not. Hey guys, Will here. As we get started, Seth Rogen is not a spy or a foreign
Allegedly.
actor. As far as we here at the Wild
Isn't he
Magic School Bus
Canadian?
know. Holy shit!
He is a foreign actor.
Wait,
Is Seth Rogen Canadian?
Hold on, we're looking at
Benedict Cumberbatch. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, he for sure is Canadian.
Yeah. Look, that jawline. That dude is from Saskatoon.
You know, one you'd never guess? Hugh Laurie.
From House?
Yeah.
yes, he's British.
No, he's Canadian.
He's
He's
not Canadian.
British.
That dude is from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He speaks dirty French, and you know it.
Seth Rogen is from Vancouver.
Nice!
What a
foreign
nut.
actor! Boom! Let's do the joke again, but I'm gonna be like, you mean he's a foreign actor?
Calvin, save us.
No, we're getting. I feel like we're working up to it. We're getting the poop out.